Check, check, check. Hello, hello, hello. If you're watching this on YouTube now or in the future, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the full reaction to Content Nuke. Klein talking about Hasan Piker. I did watch a little bit of this already. This is a stream, so I want to wait. I want to give some time for the bros to get in here. See if anyone wants to hang the fuck out. Give me time. Make a thumbnail. Do shit like that. But we'll start in a couple minutes. If you're watching the video in the future, I'll try to remember to put chapters so you can just skip ahead. But let's just wait till let everyone get in here and we can hang out. Yeah, man, this will hopefully. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna say this should be good. I'm gonna say this will hopefully be good. And maybe I want to save watching that for another time, actually. Hey, what's Stavros doing? Actually, they might take that fucking video. I got a goddamn... I got to be like more... Wait, there's Mexico City gentrification? That's interesting. But no, I got to be more mindful of the fucking shit. Sorry. I'm like tired. I didn't sleep good last night. I did not sleep good one bit last night. Got back late. I'm all big and fat now. Well, fatter, I should say. Not just fat. Fatter. Let's see how everything's looking. Let's look around the horn. Make sure everything's cooking. Ooh, I got the volume in my headphones. Yes. We were going to talk about this shit. It's going to be a good time. I went a little hard in the paint. I made a chorizo. Oh, Dunbar, what's up, dog? Got Dunbar in the mix. Ooh, we had some fucking, we had some fucking follows, when I was gone. Olsleo 39. Let's fucking go. Thank you. We got Dunbar. Let's see how the YouTube channel's looking. There we go, brother. Look at that beautiful face. Look at that. Look at that clickbaity title. Oh, wait. I didn't subscribe? Ooh, I'm cheating. I'm fucking cheating. We're gonna watch this video. I hope this is good. There was a little bit of part of me that's a little bit worried. Hey, what up? Made it early. I started late as shit. I apologize. This is why maybe I should set a definite time, but I got up fucking late, dude. I got up late, and I was fucking zonked when I woke up this morning. I didn't even get that fucked up last night or anything. I was just really fucking out of it. I was just really out of it, and I wasn't feeling it, and I was moving real goddamn slow. Oh, West Coast. You know what? That's a good point. I forget about the West Coast, because if it's 12:30 here, West Coast means it's what, like 10:30? Yeah, maybe I need to stop worrying about like starting so early, because then it gives like the West Coast bros the full experience. So maybe that like 11 a.m. start isn't me being lazy. It's me being considerate to all the West Coast bros. That's what's going on, actually. That's what's going on. A Moldy Toad with the resub. Wait, it said you did that yesterday. Oh, was it for... Oh, today's technically February, so maybe that was a late resub. Hey, Diet Casio. Oh, I've heard people... Who is that the big redheaded dude that, like, streams in the dark? Diet Casio. I've seen this guy. He's funny. Oh, you know what? I saw that comment before, and it didn't register what it was, so I just kind of kept it moving.
Playtime Chapter 4, chat. Long awaited. We've been through 1, 2, and 3. Now we own 4. I ordered pizza.
No, it's okay. I've been getting compared to him. I've gotten compared to Action Bronson. It's fine. It's fine. If you have a beard, if the guy has a beard and red hair and is like a little bit to very fat, I'm getting called him. I'm used to it, brother. Don't even fucking sweat it. Oh, man. Didn't this dude get like streamer of the year or whatever? Oh, man. All right. You know what? Let me tweet it out, actually. Let me tweet it out. That's right. I meant to make a thumbnail. I wanted to make a cool-ass thumbnail. That's what I forgot to fucking do. Yeah, I'm very curious if this video is going to be any good or not, because I got like half an hour in. I mean, there will be prime opportunity to call Ethan Klein fucking petty and gay, because that is what, like I said before, full disclosure, I have watched a little bit of this already. Full disclosure. Full fucking disclosure. I have watched a little bit of this nonsense already. I thought it was going to be a lot pettier and more drama filled. It is pretty petty, to be perfectly honest. It does seem like it's heavy Zionist cope. That's sort of my initial intake on this thing, but we'll watch more of it and see. Here, wait. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Because I watched like 24. Hasan's response. No, I haven't watched that. I haven't even watched the full content nuke yet. Yeah, it is. Well, like, one of my initial thoughts on it is it's kind of funny because the funny part about it, do you have any inside info now that you're basically a superstar? Well, hey, if I'm a superstar, let's get the subscribers a little bit higher so it actually looks like it. But I appreciate that, Gump. Wait, what? Sorry, I just fucking, I just blacked out. I was trying to think about something and I just fucking blacked out. The fuck were we talking about? Oh, Hasan's response. No. Oh, I'm actually very curious about Hasan's response to it because I got like I said, I got like 25, 30 minutes into it, and a lot of it just really felt like it was a bunch of shit that he was going to be like, look what Hasan said. And then all of his fans were going to be like, yeah, we watch him. That's why we like him. And Hasan's like, yeah, I said that. What? I just had a feeling it was going to be a lot of that type of shit. But yeah, let me post this thumbnail and then we can get into this. It's an hour 43. I'm planning on getting into the whole thing, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Okay. It's tweeted out. Let's get into it. Oh, that sounds awful.
The world would not be the same.
Oh, yeah. I thought this out of the gate was... This was a sign. This was a good sign out of... You know what? I'm going to fucking... This hat's hurting my head. The brim. But my hair looks like shit, so I still want to wear a head covering. We'll go Tim Pool on this. We'll go Tim Pool on this, baby. Let's go, dude. Let's go. I'm Tim Pool. I'm funded by the Daily Wire. I love Israel now. Let's go, boys. I thought this was kind of to to put kindly, a gay ass way to start it. Cause like, I don't know, maybe I'm just, maybe I'm just a victim of knowing things. And I try not to be this guy cause, well, I guess it's like, I'll always defend jokes. And I guess this is a joke to a degree. So I guess I should, at the end of the day, defend this. Dude, sorry, Tim Pool. This hat it's actually not cool. We're just going to take it. We're just going to do this hat, and this is the life we're going to live. That looks better anyway. Beanie isn't low enough on your brow. Well, the beanie's gone. It's too hot in here. Oh, yeah. Like, so, I guess at the end of the day, I'll defend it or whatever, because I'll always defend jokes, yada, yada, yada. But I'm probably just biased because, like, the Ethan Klein dude annoys the shit out of me, and I think he's very cringe and annoying, and I don't know. Just this whole... Like, whatever this is, this whole, and you see a lot of it in the video. You'll see a lot of it in the video. Like, this sort of, like, middle-aged, bro-y, ultra-left-wing type of internet dude is just, it's that dude who's like, I'm into, like, the trendy politics. they're like, I say, I'm into like real trendy politics, and I still try to like be cool and dress cool and do this and that. And like, don't get me wrong, you guys watch me, I say dude and bro and all that other shit. That's because I'm retarded. That's just because I'm a retarded guy. These guys are like desperately trying to they're desperately trying to get you to forget that they're in their late 30s. You know what I mean? I personally don't give a fuck. I don't want to be 35, but I'm not trying to act like a young kid. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do all this fucking shit. So they're trying to act like all these people have like cool teacher energy or try hard cool, like not even cool teacher energy, just like teacher that tries too hard to be cool energy. And it's just exhausting. It's just exhausting because it just feels like, people who are into politics already have a bad rap. You're just adding another extra layer of retardation to it. But regardless, I got a little sidetracked. Yeah, just this, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to... I don't know what it is exactly, because I'm not trying to be like, if you're trying to be funny, I'm not, I'm a comedian. I'm not going to come at you for jokes. I mean, I'll let you know if it's a bad joke, but there is something about like, because I know Ethan's history of like what he's like. I'm not like an H3 fan. I am a, you guys know me. I love to watch like cringy YouTubers and fucking dissect their mental instabilities and all that shit. You guys know my thing. So Ethan, he's probably a fine enough dude, but he's definitely had some wild moments on the internet. So I love watching the journey. And I've watched some of the shit he's put out. And then I remember specifically, I did a stream forever ago where he put out this 3-part thing on Keemstar. And it was the guy who does Drama Alert, if you're aware of that. If you're not, you're better than me. Don't worry about it. You're not supposed to know what that is. You're supposed to be an adult with a real job who doesn't spend every day following YouTuber drama like I do, because I like watching car fires. But he did this like 3-part series about Keemstar, and one of the most notable things about it was he went through like a bunch of different examples of Keemstar harassing and like abusing women, not physically, like verbally or like internet bullying, cyberbullying, like shit like that. He went through all these detailed examples, and then he made it. I don't know if he meant to do this, but he made it abundantly clear throughout the video. He was like, I sat by and watched all of it. And you know what got me galvanized to make because that's the other part. The dude, he made a 3-part. I mean, you can see that it's the same energy on this. The dude's mad at Hasan. So you know what I'll do to not look gay and to totally tear down Hasan? I'll make a video that's almost 2 hours. And you're like, dude, this is how it comes off as desperate. You know what I mean? It just comes off as desperate or cringy. Now, am I sitting here reacting, piggybacking off the traction? No. I'm doing this for science, you fucking jerks. But no, so like the 3-parter I was watching, it was just like overly thorough, overly detailed, came off as obsessive. He made it very clear. Like, he rattled off like 5 or 6 different women Keemstar was harassing until he was like, but then he got to me. And that's when I realized it was a big problem. So, like, Ethan comes off as, like, don't get me wrong, being petty can be hilarious and shit like that. But Ethan comes off as, like, this petty dude who he's very self-centered. He's the center of the world. And, you know, I like watching these things because I like getting inside of these people's fucking brains. Because when they go sort of balls to the wall and don't give a fuck, they kind of reveal themselves. And starting out of the gate, like, this whole fucking thing where, and when you get into the video, you realize, I forgot, Ethan is, I didn't realize this. He said he's like and we'll get into the video, but he said he's like a dual citizen with Israel. His wife's Israeli, an Israeli citizen. She's like in the IDF, I think, you know. And then you start realizing, you're like, oh, there's a degree of this where it's, I don't know how to explain it exactly, but whenever you ever do that thing where you're talking to someone who's like super Zionist and pro-Israel, and you make like a logical argument where it's like, you know, maybe check the hospital before you just bomb it. They'll be like, but there were terrorists down there. You're like, yeah, but there's also a bunch of non-terrorists. So maybe you do, you know, maybe you do some of your covert fucking beeper level of work and, you know, figure out a way where innocent people don't have to die. And then they kind of do that thing, like, they just forget all the context you just laid out, and they're like, what? Israel can't defend themselves? What? And you're like, no, they absolutely can. It's just like the way you're laying it out is just devoid of context and completely unreasonable. You know what I mean? So it feels like, I watched a little bit of it, feels like it has a layer of that. Also, Hasan does seem like a bit of... He does seem like a wild bull, more so than I thought. But, like, I think the general theme, and you can see it right out of the gate with showing fucking Oppenheimer, is it's just kind of prolonging the tradition of Zionist or pro-Zionist people just, you know, kind of missing the broader context and being a little dramatic. I don't know if that's going to get me shit, but whatever, dude. No, Israel has a right to defend themselves, absolutely. It's like, that's the thing about the Zionist people. They have a strong argument. It's just like, they take out a lot of context surrounding it. You know what I mean? Like I said before, when they say Israel has the right to defend themselves, it's like, yeah, but like, you do. But I've said it many times before. But like, what you defending yourselves is like Brock Lesnar punching a fucking third grader in the face. You know what I mean? It's just not, the power dynamics make it very uncomfortable. But anyway, enough yapping. This is going to take a while. So let's fucking try to watch this shit.
2 people laughed.
Oh, just for context, he's comparing Oppenheimer's bomb that killed over 100,000 people to him pointing out why Hasan hurt his feelings and he doesn't like him. Just so everyone knows the context.
A few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
We think the Houthis also is doing what Houthis fucking bloodthirsty, violent pig dogs. Why am I held accountable? God forbid you throw up the fucking green Hamas banner.
I will say this out of the gate, just hearing those clips, like him or not, whether it's on purpose or not, Hasan is hilarious. And people don't appreciate how fucking hilarious he is. Just like with little shit where he's just like, fuck it. The U.S. deserved 9/11. Fuck it, I'm going to say it. You're like, that's Jesus Christ. And then the other one I love, it was right there, and he's just like, oh, God forbid. He's such a fun dude to take out of context or in context. He could be an awful, terrible guy. We'll have to learn. But just like having audio of him going, oh, God forbid you put on one green headband. And you're like, dude, what? It's just, it rules when you're able to have audio like that of people.
Happy birthday.
I also, too, this reminds me, I have a lot of, oh, God forbid you, sorry, I'm looking up the YouTube to repost the link on Twitter. I am not quick to jump down anyone's throat about anything controversial because, brother, I've been podcasting since I was in college. I'm 34 right now. I mean, there's probably an endless slew of audio that could be taken out of context and made me look like a fucking sack of shit. There's a lot of content that could be taken in context to make me look like a fucking idiot and a sack of shit. So I'm not gonna jump to any conclusions about anybody ever because I wouldn't want that done to me.
Hey, to you.
I'm
All
cooked, I'm
together. Happy
cooked.
birthday from Twitch, Hasan. Happy birthday from Twitch.
Okay.
Oh, hi there. It's me, your old friend, Ethan Klein.
I will say this, Ethan. I'm gonna be a little funny and a little mean. I'm genuinely happy you don't look like absolute fucking dog shit anymore. I don't like your content. I think I don't respect your opinions. But you seem like a guy who would be fun to hang out with and like smoke some weed or drink a beer or whatever. You know what I mean? That's my barometer. You know, like all those morons when they're like, I vote for Bush because he looked like he'd be fun to drink with. I'm like, that's my barometer for like hanging out. You can have some dog shit opinions. I'll still hang out with you if you seem like a nice person one-on-one. And he does seem potentially like he'd be chill. I don't know. He might be a little bit of a, did you hear when me said it behind your back? That was just the intro. Yeah, it's not. This is going to be next level, Dunbar. But no, genuinely, I don't know what's going on in your personal life. He may have had a genuine fucking problem. So I'm not going to sit here and just be like, wait, what'd you say? To be fair, this was peak Ethan content back in the day. Gotcha. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I was never like a hardcore Ethan fan, H3 fan. I just never got it. I never fully got it. But there was a stretch, and he'll show clips of it. There was a stretch where he looked like a turtle. It was rough. He looked like a fucking turtle, and not like a good one, like one with a lot of psoriasis. He looked bad, and I was like genuinely worried about him.
It's been a while since we've
So I'm glad he actually looks pretty good right now.
last spoken. In that time, I've had 3 kids, all boys. I've lost 100 pounds, and I've pissed off 75% of the internet. Probably a lot of you guys, too.
Oh, and I'll say this too. Ethan's got I forgot about this. He's got plenty of clips that are hilarious, that are just unhinged. Like Hasan, where he's just doing a stream and they're like, that guy, he's like, I don't like that politician. I hope someone kills him. And you're like, whoa, that was hilarious. I love a car fire, dude. What am I gonna say? I don't watch reality TV. I watch these guys just be absolute fucking lunatics. I don't condone any of it, but I will admire it and laugh till my dick falls off. Every time Hasan gets confronted on his shitty takes or slander towards other content creators, he always downplays what happened. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, all I see is the clips of these people. I don't know the ins and outs of their like little bullshit. So I'm glad you're here to give me context.
Actually talking about there at the NRA meeting that's today in Texas. Someone should bomb.
Yeah, like right there, like a grown man acting that retarded and unhinged. Boy, I was talking about this with the Bryce Mitchell situation, which thank you, YouTube, for reinstating my video. They fucking, dude, I posted a video of me shitting on Bryce, like calling Bryce Mitchell fucking stupid. Not like, I mean, calling him wrong and a little bit dumb and a little retarded. I was being nice about it because I try to be a good Christian. I was being nice about it. But like, I was more or less being like, yo, Bryce Mitchell's wrong and dumb about this. And then YouTube was like, we removed your video for hate speech. And I was like, they were like, we removed your video for promoting hate speech. And I go, I didn't. I was actually being like, this is dumb and bad. So, yeah, I forget why I was going down that road. But, yeah, I don't know. Ethan Klein. Oh, that's what I was saying. Like, a lot of people don't have fun with stuff like this. They just look at it like they look at it like the serious matter it is sometimes. A little bit like, well, that opinion's bad and this is wrong and it's troubling that and you go, no, it's fun. It's fun when a popular UFC fighter says that he likes Hitler and that Hitler would be fun to go fishing with. You have to look at it at a distance like you're watching a Will Ferrell movie. That is funny. When Elon Musk does a salute very similar to the Zig Heil, that is funny. These things, when a Hasidic Jewish guy crawls out of a sewer, that is funny. These things are funny. Nothing's real. Observe life at a distance.
Oh, yeah, and I got a tattoo also, so I'm cool like that now. Left or right, I
gotta be honest, I'm liking this guy out of the gate. He's saying people should bomb things. He's got dog tattoos. He's kind of a cool guy.
Thought that despite our differences, there was one thing.
For legal reasons, everything I say today is a joke. Everything on this channel is a joke. Just for legal reasons. I don't have any real opinions. I'm always doing this is a character. I'm actually a black woman. This is a character.
We could all agree on. And what was that? That we love America and everything she stands for.
Mom and Dad and apple pie.
Sure, there's plenty to criticize and endless things to improve, but...
Wait a minute, what was he? Wait, I was talking too much shit.
Someone should bomb.
That's very funny.
Oh yeah, and I got a tattoo also, so I'm cool like that now. Left or right, I always thought that despite our differences, there was one thing we could all agree on. And what was that? That we love America and everything she stands for.
Mom and Dad and apple.
Oh, these dudes need to stop trying to be funny. Like, they just need to be fucking, like, insane people. That's when they're funny. Because I saw, he was trying, he does this. Here, wait, I'll let it play out, actually.
Sure, there's plenty to criticize and endless things to improve, but I thought it was about making a more perfect union, not tearing it down.
And marching bands, a pride that only
The thing is, there's something kind of scary brewing in America. Communism.
That's America. That's America too.
A lot of people say that they're like, communism is brewing, which I don't think you got to worry about that. You saw with like Bernie Sanders, who's a socialist. It's the same thing I think about with like everyone's always worried about the white supremacy stuff. They'll be like, oh, you don't think it's here? I go, yeah, no, it's here. I just don't think it's going to be actually like a real threat. And I think it's the same thing. Like, they scare the left with white supremacy and they scare the right with communism. And I go, they're both like, they're both plenty of people. But like, dude, you saw what happened when Bernie started getting some traction. Like, they're not gonna, like, I mean, you'd have to have the way that like a huge chunk of the country supports Trump. You'd have to have the same thing for like communism or white supremacy before you'd have to worry about it in any real way overtaking the government. Like, what people sort of, this is why I like sort of new, this is why sort of having, you know, rather than if A, then I say this a lot on these streams, if A, then B. It's like, no, if it's more like if A, then B, but also C because of D. Like, that's kind of how you got to look at things sometimes. So like, they'll see there's a bunch of things in our government, in our laws and stuff that are socialist, that are communistic and shit like that. But we don't live under a communist government. We live under like a crony capitalist government where the government's essentially bought and paid for by corporations and shit like that. Because our government's huge and corporations take advantage of that. So, but at the same time, our government's all about like control and things like that. And a great way to control people is to implement socialism and shit like that for multiple reasons. One, you can control businesses and all this other fact. And two, you can give people, quote unquote, free money, which is not free. It's other people's money. But once a certain group, and it's all types of groups. I don't know if Slav's in the chat, and I know people are going to be like, well, which group? No, it's all types of groups. Once you start giving anyone, like monthly, like a steady suckle on the teeth. No, but for real, like all jokes aside, once you start giving someone a steady bit of free whatever the fuck, it's like you're not going to get them. It's going to be a lot harder to get them to be like, yeah, you know what? You should stop giving me all that money. I'll vote for the guy who's not going to give me the money and who's going to make me work hard. It's just, I'm not trying to shit on those people. It just is what it is. Once you start, it's the same thing about Israel. It's like, they're not going to fucking give up their fucking $3 billion every year or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Communism in any degree is bad. So if you see a little bit of communism, you should get on top of that. If you see a lot of bit of communism, you should really get on top of that. But I'm not going to front. Any amount of communism is bad. Do I think it's going to infiltrate the government? No more than, or do I think there's a bunch of communists in the government? No. I think they're going to use communism and socialism any way they can control it, but they're not going to use it when it's time to like redistribute it to everyone. That's where people get fucked up, is people look at stuff very binary. And it's like, no, we don't have a communist or socialist government, or a government's not full of communists. They're full of people that just use control mechanisms.
I started to show a couple of...
But I will say this, I am happy to see, this whole making an hour 43-minute thing of this is embarrassingly petty, but I am happy to see popular leftist Ethan Klein shitting on communism. That is pretty sick, actually.
Years ago with my acquaintance, Hasan Piker. You might remember him from such classics as...
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it.
Hilarious. Zero argument. Hilarious. Hilarious to just say that.
I'm saying it. Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry. Holy shit. That's not what
Hilarious.
I said. You dumb cracker bitch.
And of course,
That rules. That rules. Ha, fuck you guys. You have to censor cracker. Ha ha. Cracker's a slur, you idiots. You guys implemented your stupid rules. Now cracker's a slur, you dumbasses. Didn't think it would backfire on you, stupid.
The Leftovers podcast, which was our show, which we made broadly to goof on the antics of the right. Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
There is Ethan Klein being a delightful human being.
I was just going to say, if there's another Holocaust, if they start rounding up the Jews again, I hope Ben gets...
Yeah, isn't Ethan Jewish? Or is he just... No, he's... So... Yeah, that also, too, is what annoys me about the right is, don't get me wrong, it's a lazy joke. It's not like creative. I guess lazy and not creative are the same thing. It's not a very creative joke, but it's still a joke, Ben. And, you're also like a grown man who says facts over feelings. And the fact of the matter is, it's a joke, you pussy. So it's like, 3 minutes in, I'm on Ethan's side. But we have an hour and 40 left, so I should shut the fuck up, maybe.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things. And we went on making the show for about 2 years, and everything was good. Everyone was having fun.
I think the theme of this is just to, let's over-explain everything. Clearly you think Hasan has radical opinions now. Just put him on blast. This thing could be 20 minutes, dude. You're over-explaining it.
The audience was having fun. No problem. That was until this happened.
We were doing our regular show, and for the first time I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. I don't hate the idea of people who can be successful. I think it's good.
Oh shit, I thought that was Billy Eilish. His wife's weirdly she's like she's like a very attractive, unattractive person. Yeah, his wife's super hot. But not. It's weird.
That people can do.
But yeah, I thought that was Billie Eilish for a second.
Can achieve success in the term monetary success. I mean, that's what that means, right? I do. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because I see so many people in the chat saying no.
I don't know what y'all are tripping about. What the fuck do you
What
want?
is the idea that you guys are looking for?
You guys are all radical communists? There's that many radical communists? Suck it, chat. You're watching a capitalist pig. Deal with it.
And then this happened.
This comment from Hasan really started to sound some alarms in my head.
If you're in a socialist country with multiple parties, and one of the parties is a capitalist party, which would surely exist, Yeah.
What would you do if that party started gaining momentum?
The solution to that would always be education and offering more
re-education.
Re-education, certainly, yeah. There should be an enforcement mechanism, and in that enforcement mechanism, I think like rehabilitation, which
this was the moment I actually was like, oh, this is kind of interesting, because like, it could be a minute and a half. Yeah, a minute. Oh yeah, for real. But like, this is the moment I actually got like intrigued, and I'm like, oh, this might not be like petty retard drama, but it was, it still is to a degree, I guess. But I was like, oh, Hasan's actually like, well, let's get into it a little bit more. But like, you hear this and you're like, wait, aren't you the guy who's always crying about fascism and like and white supremacy and all this like bad extreme right wing stuff? And then he's talking about like re-education camps, and I'm like, isn't that like fascism in a way? Or if it's not, it sounds real bad. Aren't those like, it's just that thing where like, isn't that thing where we all agreed upon is real bad? And this is why like this is why most political beliefs outside of libertarianism is just like you want to be a dictator without admitting to it. Because his solution to people that don't agree with him, he's like, oh, we'll just send them to places and they can't come back until they agree with me. And you're like, that seems like really bad, doesn't it? Doesn't that seem like a really bad thing to admit out loud? That's kind of crazy.
which would include re-education.
But like, you guys are the good guys? Wait, what's going on? Maybe I'm just a fucking idiot, but that sounds like bad stuff, Hasan.
As well.
If putting capitalists in re-education camps isn't disturbing enough, I started to notice that Hasan was carrying a lot of water for communist states' war crimes and genocides.
What do you call Crimea? I call it a part of Russian territory, bitch. That's what I call Crimea. I call it Crimea River, a Russian river. The annexation of Crimea is absolutely a justifiable annexation.
Tibet was literally a fucking feudal slave mandate, autonomous zone.
China did them a favor.
That was one. I mean, in America, when I say something like this, people get very upset. You know, we talk about the Dalai Lama saying "suck my tongue" or whatever, but like that's not far from the norm in fucking normal Tibetan existence before the Communist Party came in and
so China unilaterally took over Tibet.
Like these are
yeah. God damn. Excuse me. That was weird. No, yeah, this stuff's always like weird because I've watched a decent amount of Hasan back in the day, but I'm not like aggressively well versed on all of his like radical opinions or whatever. And like, but he does come off as a guy where you're like, this feels like, this just feels like, wait, what was the last thing he said?
Normal Tibetan existence before the Communist Party came in and took
China
over.
Unilaterally took over Tibet.
Like these are
their culture. They basically are trying to, homogenize the culture.
If your culture,
they're trying to spoil the religion and the identity.
The part of feudal warlords and slavery, abolishing that. Yes, I do think that is good.
No, China did them a favor.
This is a good way to describe Taiwan as well. The American federal government going into the fucking South and killing, unfortunately not all of them, but a decent amount of slavers and defenders of slavery. This is violent retribution from a powerful federal government that squashed, okay?
Tibet is the South in the Civil War?
Yes.
And most disturbingly, a complete whitewashing of the Chinese genocide against their Muslim minority group, the Uyghurs.
Don't they have Uyghur death camps? Is that?
It's not a death camp. They were re-education camps, and they are no longer in operation.
Is that
according
true?
to the Associated Press?
Okay, I saw this crazy documentary, and I don't know. I don't know.
I gotta look back into that because I remember hearing this part the other day where I heard him talking about this. I was listening to them talk about this yesterday, and I remember hearing Like I've heard, you guys know I'm a big part of the problem guy. I've heard Dave say a lot of the Uyghur Muslim shit. It's one of those things where it's like it's not good, but it's like severely overblown. And they were like legitimately having problems with like violence and terrorist attacks. So, and this, I'm just repeating what I've heard. I'm not claiming this is the truth. I'm just saying like the Uyghur thing's not settled. There are certain topics out there where people go like, no, this is the fucking thing. And it's like the Uyghur topic's kind of like that for a lot of people. But I've heard enough people give strong arguments where it's like, it's not settled yet. It could be one of those things like almost like in Israel where you're like, yeah, you guys you guys were fair to respond, but you kind of did too much.
I don't know the surrounding narrative.
But Ethan's being a cunt right here because he's doing that thing where he's like, I'm pretty sure you can tell he's incredibly confident and being condescending that he's like, you're wrong, but you're like, you can't actually prove he's wrong. So maybe just, pull it back a little, champ.
Narrative or anything about it, but it was about there was doctors in the area. They would be able to procure organs.
No, no.
I'm telling you, they were in China with
that one is like Shenyun.
They're like,
Falun
we can
Gong.
get you an organ from a Uyghur. But why is that? Is that really that crazy?
The Associated Press quietly fucking wrote an article that didn't get a lot of coverage in mainstream media about how like, okay, well, all the concentration camps have been closed now. Like all the re-education camps are closed now in fucking Xinjiang, and it's like very different vibes in Xinjiang, and now it's the tourism hour.
Let's see what the Associated Press actually had to say about this. These are all AP articles from the last 2 years. UK independent body reports China committed genocide in Xinjiang. China sanctioned a U.S. research firm and 2 individuals over a report about the human rights violations in Xinjiang.
It's the tourism hour.
To China's fury, UN accuses Beijing of Uyghur rights abuses.
Tourism hour.
Uyghur.
It's not a strong argument to just show headlines because I can't tell you how many articles I've read where you read the headline and then they're like I remember reading an article a couple weeks ago where I forget what it was specifically, but they like asked a question. They're like, could this be possible? People aren't sure. And then like the first or second paragraph, they were like, that's not possible. And you're like, well, why'd you ask that then? Yeah, that's not throwing up mainstream press or corporate press headlines is not a good argument.
County in China has the highest prison rate in the world. 1 in 25 people is in a Chinese prison.
It's the tourism hour.
48 Uyghurs detained in Thailand for almost 11 years are on hunger strike to protest their imminent deportation to China.
Also, Ethan, it's Uyghur because it sounds like Wigger, and that's funnier. This guy, can someone goddamn coach this guy?
Where they face imprisonment or execution.
Not only does this AP article seem not to exist, reading the AP proved exactly the opposite. Hasan has happily eaten up the Chinese propaganda on this and has regurgitated it to his mainstream audience. Why is he defending?
It's funny when he does that, like, it's not like, it's funny he's like, he's eating up this, yeah, shit, okay. Sorry, I got a text I need to take care of. Shut up. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Hasan is like openly like, yo, I am a communist. You know what I mean? He's like, I am a communist. And then he's like, he's just eating up all the No, he agrees with them. Because that's the thing, like, if you're a that's the thing that you need to understand about communists. It's not that they're like getting tricked. It's that they're like, yo, no, I think it's okay to take out these non-communist people. So it's not necessarily like, oh, he's getting duped. He's probably like okay with it because he's been very open, like, yo, I'm a communist.
China's genocide of their Muslim population. How does this even make sense? It only makes sense if A, he's being paid, or B, he has the political complexities of a 5-year-old. I know America Bad is a meme that people laugh at online, but with Hasan, this does actually seem to be the beginning and the end of his analysis.
2 principles. Let me explain to you. 2 principles that you should keep with you, coming from a person who's Turkish, okay? When you look at a situation in the Middle East, you look at what the local government is and who the Western forces are. Never align with the Western forces. So when I look at other countries, I look at the regional actor, whoever the regional power player is, and then I look at who is backed by the Western superpowers. That's a principle that you could take home with you. If you want to actually be moral, or if you want to be smart about the way you analyze other countries, that's one basic principle that you can take home with you. All of a sudden, magically, you are above on your foreign policy analysis. You're going to be better off than 90% of people that look at the situation.
After seeing all of this, I was already getting uncomfortable with our partnership.
I started to wonder if I had any idea who this guy actually is.
And then this happened.
We have breaking news out of Israel this morning where Hamas has launched a surprise attack within Israel's borders overnight.
After the shock of October 7th, I noticed a huge increase of anti-Semitic comments from Hasan's stream and Discord, including from his head mod. I was disturbed that Hasan was seemingly okay with this.
Can you, do you care that your chat is calling me racist? Do you make any attempt to modify?
I have not looked at my chat.
Moderate that.
Oh yeah, I saw this part. This actually made Ethan come off as incredibly lame.
I have not looked at my chat at all, but you have
I just opened it, but don't you have moderators? Do you care at all about what your audience says about me?
There's 32,000 people in here right now.
I'm just trying to tell you guys how it feels. And I'm fucking shocked that you don't care that people in your chat are saying, who the fuck is this child, cold, arrogant,
Ethan,
fuck.
I love you, but there's only so much I can do.
How can you be surprised when you're
Yeah, Ethan's being a pussy there. It's like, brother, you're going to have to just, that shit, you should have gotten used to that by now. That's just the thing that's going to come with casually giving your opinion online like that, dude. It's just part of it.
Discord is literally full of fucking...
Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do if you're making that argument. You know that, right?
Hasan's chat had been calling me a Zionist, baby-killing genocider. Maybe it is unreasonable that I'm asking him to moderate his chat for a friend. He doesn't even know where I'm coming from because it's not something he would ever...
Also, moderating your chat for anything but spam, and then, I guess there's certain things that if Twitch sees you doing, it'll, ban your channel, so... that kind of shit, but moderating your chat for anything but literally someone just hopped into my chat and was like, do you want to get the most viewers out of your blah blah blah? Yeah, ban them just because that's a bot account. But if you're a political channel just giving your opinion out and you're intensely moderating the chat, that's lame. You probably shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean?
Ever ask for.
And all these other content creators actually, whipping their communities when their chat is going fucking...
Oh, yeah, that was funny, too. Where it is But that also kind of, pairs up with Hasan and his, socialism shit and his communism shit, where it's if it hurts him, it's a problem, but if it benefits him, it's not a big deal. Which I think you got to kind of, understand that's kind of the move. You know what I mean?
Absolutely bananas over random dumb shit and bringing my name up for no fucking reason. That you were just allowing that shit to run rampant in your chat, and I thought that was fucked up. Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do, especially as someone who thought we were fucking friends. I think that's a reasonable expectation for someone who you consider to be a friend.
The problem wasn't that he was pro-Palestinian, because I share a lot of those views, and I've been a stalwart supporter of the Palestinian cause for many years. The problem with Hasan's coverage, and a lot of people like him, was their complete lack of empathy for the Jewish people who were frankly slaughtered by Hamas. He refused to show even a crumb of empathy for the Jewish victims.
But listen to what this guy has to say.
Oh, yeah, there was the fucking...
Who were frankly slaughtered by Hamas. He refused to show even a crumb of empathy for the Jewish victims.
Yeah, that's when I was like, yo, dude. And that's when I remember I was about to make fun of him one time online. Then I'm like, oh, there's probably a fucking shitty thing happening. that I should probably chill out about. But yeah, this is always funny to me too with like the pro-Israel, pro-Zionist people where it you know, they say stuff like this and it's just another example of how they're not good at like scaling. You know what I mean? It's just like when you're talking about the Israel, you're like, you know, there's also like problems for Israeli people, and then, you know, you're just looking at like the people in Gaza and they're in a fucking open air prison, and you know, they're all starving to death and they're constantly getting bombed and doing this and that, and you're just like, yeah, no, it's like we all know bad stuff, but it's just now I guess Hasan's probably going a little bit too far with it, but there is the thing where it's like, you know, it's like when we're talking about the Israel-Gaza debate, everyone's always over in the corner like, but what about these like few things over here? And they're like, I don't know, we're kind of like the better conversation is like the bigger issue right over here. You know what I mean? You know, it's like the fucking tens of thousands of Gazans that are getting murdered because you guys fucking claim every goddamn hospital has Hamas members in the basement of it. You know what I mean? It's just like a scale thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just a scale thing where, yeah, I don't know.
Listen to what this guy has to say.
And as you might have seen, there was some sort of rave or desert party where they were having a great time until the resistance came in electrified hang gliders and took at least several dozen hipsters. But I'm sure they're doing very fine despite what the New York Post says. But nobody had seen this coming.
I mean, that's insane, right?
I don't even... Yeah, okay. Like...
Okay.
I'm
just criticizing people. You don't have to comment if you're not comfortable about it.
I honestly felt at times that he and his audience barely thought.
No, Ethan is also like being kind of gay there where... He's doing that thing where he's trying to like force Hasan to feel exactly how he feels, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. Like there is also there is also a thing in moments like that when a dude says something like that. There is kind of like this unspoken thing where a lot of people are like, well, chill. You know what I mean? And then it's like you don't always have to pair stuff up like that with the autistic thing where it's like, well, every time a thing happens, we always have to pinpoint what was good or bad about each little thing. And you're like, brother, calm down.
Of Israelis as humans.
But this dude just called babies militants.
No, I understand. And there are baby settlers as well. But there are baby settlers as well. There are babies in the settlements.
Part of running defense for Hamas is downplaying the violence.
Forgot about that line. That line was hilarious. Well, that's the problem too, where you're like, you look at this like, because that's the problem with like Hasan's commie shit and his socialism shit is, in like the commie and the socialism shit, there's always like oppressor and oppressed. So you just look at, you know, you make everything black and white, good or bad, and then you quantify everything by like the political conversation rather than looking at them as real fucking people.
Specifically, the sexual violence, which he's done a lot of.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people that can't contend with. Like, the Palestinian resistance is not perfect. They're not like so good. They have magical bullets. The Palestinian resistance is not perfect. They're not like so good. They have magical bullets. Is not perfect.
Yeah, that's the thing too, where it's like people who are pro-Palestine, they think they have to like defend everything Hamas does, and it's like you can still shit on Hamas and hate Israel. You know what I mean? It's not an either or. That's like a lot of people just look at a lot of these conflicts as this or that, and it's not that at all.
Of course, if you compare the raw numbers, Gazans have lost a lot more than Israelis. 40,000 people have died, and neighborhoods have been completely flattened during this war. And while we should keep their plight at the top of our minds at all time, it also doesn't mean that we should disregard the lives of the Jewish people who are also affected by this, even if their suffering on the whole is not as great. Some of you may know that I'm an Israeli dual citizen. My wife is Israeli, my kids are half Israeli, and my entire in-law is Israeli. I lived there for 5 years, and I grew a closeness with the country and its people. One of the biggest issues between me, Hasan, and his community was that I am in favor of a two-state solution while they are in favor of a one-state solution. Their theory is that after the October 7th attack, Israel should just dissolve its borders and let Hamas enter Israel unrestrained.
Borders?
I'm sure. Wait.
What do you think Israel should have done in response to October 7th?
Instead of indiscriminately bombing Gaza, I think the first thing to do in that situation would be to dismantle the government in the way that it existed, like get Netanyahu out of power.
Okay. So you're saying Israel in
85%.
response... Hold on, dude. You're saying in response to this terrorist attack, Israel should have dismantled their own government.
First set of actions would be to democratically.
It's kind of funny whenever Ethan's actually pretty level-headed on a lot of this, but the second there's some sort of correlation between supporting Israel and not fully comprehending any statement anyone says. And where, like, Hasan's clear, he may not have phrased it perfectly, but to me, he's clearly saying, like, no, they should, he said, dismantle the government the way it is now, where he's basically saying, like, get Netanyahu out of there and, like, restructure it so you're not going towards Gaza and, you know, your whole focus isn't on just taking out Gaza and shit like that. And then Ethan hears that and just goes, you know, they always take what you said and kind of move it to the right a little bit more ridiculous. Not saying Hasan said it the best way, but he was like, so you're just saying they should get rid of their government? And it's like, that's clearly not what he said. And that's why it's so hard to argue with, like, pro-Zionist people.
Take Netanyahu out of power, yes.
The problem is that Israel's been at war with its...
Oh, and yeah, and that's the other thing, too, with the whole... well, I don't know. It's kind of funny, like, bring up Dave Smith again. He actually had a joke where he was saying, he's like, take Palestine and move it to Canada. Because it's, you know, it's kind of fucked up because you almost don't want to give the dub to Israel because they've just been... Like, they've been kind of acting like fucking unreasonable toddlers the whole time. I don't know. That's probably super offensive. But no, like, the Israeli people have been acting, like, pretty unreasonable. So it's one of those things where it's like, even if they agreed upon a two-state solution and did that, it would just be a matter of time before a new bad thing would happen. Israel would do a new fucked up thing. So it is really like, someone should just donate a plot of land to the Palestinians, because in these solutions, people get bogged down in, like, what's right or wrong. It's like, yeah, what's right would be if the Israelis kind of, like, fucked off and got out of there and stopped living on all the stolen land. But that ain't happening. It's like, you know, you can make an argument. It's like, what would be right is what would be sort of cosmically right if all the Americans left and went back to, like, fucking England or Spain and gave America back to all the Indians. But that's not going to happen. We're here. We're already here. We're embedded. And it's like, also, that was just the way things were back in the day. It's like, you can't, it's like, at a certain point, you got to just accept what's going on and just figure out what's the best solution. Now, Palestinian people, they can't realistically just get up and leave like that. You know what I mean? It's not like that. But I'm saying, like, if you could just sort of move mountains a little bit easier and shit like that, more logically is like, well, Israel's not going to chill the fuck out. So for the safety of these Palestinian people who are much more the victims, like, can we just fucking pick them up and put them somewhere where they won't be fucked with all the time?
Its neighbors for 70 plus years, and it makes a lot of sense that there be some distrust there. Is it really insane to think that Jews, as an ethnic minority in Israel, would not be safe? After all, Israel is a country of refugees. If the Jews didn't come from Europe after the Holocaust, they came from the surrounding Arab countries that expelled them in massive amounts following the 1948 war. In fact, there was more Jews displaced than Palestinians during the Nakba. 1 million Jews. All of these surrounding Arab countries had vibrant Jewish communities in huge number, hundreds of thousands. Now, if you look at them, you're looking at close to, if not literally 0 Jews left in these countries.
Just to give you an idea, here's a visual representation of the Jewish refugees after 1948. Morocco had 265,000 Jews. Now it has 2,000. Algeria had 140,000. Now it has about 50. Iraq had 150,000 Jews. Now 10. And I want to give a special shout out to my boy over in Afghanistan, one known Jew. We know him. We love him. He's the one Afghan Jew.
They were forced to leave their homes, their lives, their property, and migrate to the only place in the world that...
See, I would have thought he got AIDS, North Star 530, but he also got fatter when he was looking like shit. He also got fatter, so I don't know if it was AIDS. Are you saying he got AIDS now? Nah, he looks pretty... He looks not like jacked or anything, but he looks filled out.
would accept them, which was Israel. The irony of this whole situation is that after the 1948 war, when Israel won the war to declare its independence, the Arab countries got super anti-Semitic against their own Jewish citizenry that had nothing to do with Israel. And as a result, they kicked them all out, 1 million plus of them, and forced them to go the one place they hated the most, Israel. And now those same people that forced them out of their homes are telling them they don't belong there. So if the Jews of Israel are surrounded by Islamic militant terrorist groups that have stated their goal is to annihilate Israel as a Jewish state, and considering the historical context of Jews being pogromed from Arab countries, is it really that crazy for them to not feel safe as an ethnic minority, even a little bit?
And that's pretty much the entirety of our disagreement. Despite what you've read on TikTok and Twitter,
Well, it's kind of funny because there is like an argument that they're causing the whole problem in Palestine. Because, like, that's the thing. Like, you know, obviously there would still be, like, if they just stopped bombing them, you would still have to be worried about Palestine, like, Hamas attacking and things like that. But at the same time, like, it's just it's funny when, like, you know, you have, like, Israel has, like, the Iron Dome and all this other shit and all this stuff to, like, protect them, and it's like they're the ones doing all the, like, tactical strikes and they're doing all the crazy shit, and then Hamas is shooting them back with, like, homemade rocket launchers and all this other shit, and it's just like the power dynamic is in favor of Israel, and it's, like, not even close. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's this funny, like, what? They're just, it's like, dude, you guys have, like, more bombs and shit. You got more shit to attack them with. All that stuff, like, all that kind of stuff. Like, so this whole, like, the Israeli and the Jews like that are, like, a victim in this situation. You're just like, dude, I just don't see it. I just don't see it like that. And then, like, I don't know, is there huge beef with the Jews in those other countries? I didn't think there was. I mean, there might be, but I don't know. Like, just because it's just funny to be like, you know, Jews are scared and they're a bit jumpy because of the context. And it's like, but also in the current context, you're just bombing the fuck out of the Palestinians every goddamn day. So it's like, okay, fair enough. You're scared. Maybe you're not observing this properly, you know, or maybe you're lying.
donated $6,500 to a Palestinian charity after the war started.
Hey, Ethan Klein, thank you for the dono. Ethan Klein gave $6,500. My goat. Thank you, Ethan.
Condemned Netanyahu as a war criminal.
They're led by Netanyahu, who should resign in disgrace and go to prison for being a war criminal.
Called the West Bank settlements an abomination.
Settlers in the West Bank are religious zealots. They're monsters. They're genocidal.
I've even said the West Bank settlers are valid military targets.
When you talk about, like, colonial settlers and stuff, like, that's what's actually happening in the West Bank right now. And these people are more or less valid military targets, in my opinion.
My only crime is wanting a two-state solution instead of one, and thinking it's not okay.
Well, if you're in favor of a one-state solution on the Palestinian side, you may be technically right, but you're just not living in reality on that one. So it's just like, guys, what are we doing? It's like I was listening to Angela McArdle talk about it with, like, the Libertarian Party and how, Like, a lot of these libertarians thought she was being like a dickhead with her shit, and it's like, no, I'm being realistic. And I'm using because like what she would do is she used the fact that like the libertarians weren't going to win the election, but their bloc they had the ability to sort of sway the votes a little bit. So she was trying to tell fucking Trump, they're like, hey, if you do some shit to give the libertarians a bone, their votes will have a huge impact on the election. So it's like, excuse me. Yeah, so it's just this thing of like living in reality and understanding what you can actually get out of this. And, you know, I think Israel's not going to stop and they're going to make up shit and they're just going to keep coming at them until they get the whole thing. So I don't think they'll let a two-state solution happen. But any reasonable person, if they're gonna stay there, a two-state solution is like the only reasonable thing. What even is reality anymore? What I say it is. Listen to me and no one else.
To kill Israeli civilians. That's it. That's why they're calling me a Nazi Zionist. And because of Hasan and others spreading this malicious lie about my beliefs, I'm even getting harassed on the street.
So how come you don't like Palestine?
I like Palestine.
No, you don't.
Why do you say that?
Because, bro, you're... wasn't she in the IDF?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Mandatory service.
That's
She was born
sad.
there.
That's terrorism, bro.
She was born there.
That's sad. I feel bad for you guys. Ethan Klein, bro, you're ugly as fuck, bro. You're ugly as shit. You look like a rapist,
Bro,
man.
look in the fucking...
You look like a fucking rapist, Ethan. Feel bad for you guys. Ethan Klein, bro, you're ugly as fuck, bro. You're ugly as shit. You look like a rapist, bro. I'm tired of all these coward Americans in the South trying to act like they're so tough. Oh, I'm American. Oh, you don't even run your own country. You don't run your own country, bro. You don't run your own country. A foreign country named Israel runs your country. Oh my God, bro. I love you, Hasan. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so... Hey, North Star with the follow. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Where's the sound effects? Where's my man's sound effects? Is it not working today? That's annoying. Sorry about that, dude. The sound effects usually work. There's always just... Every, 10th stream, they just go, nah, we're not going to do anything. I'm sorry about that, bro.
Sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
I'm so sweaty.
I love you, bro.
Cool Ranchero with the follow as well. Thank you very much.
I have to interview you. You're my hero, bro. I love you, bro. You're the coolest guy in the world, bro. Hold on, I think I look gay in that one. Hold on.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one. Hold on.
Okay.
It's a funny thing about me. I don't like terrorism, and I don't like terrorists. If they're Jews, Christians, Muslims, they're all bad. What is terrorism? It's intentionally targeting civilian population for
It's kind of funny because this is actually correlating to I was talking about it a bunch on stream this week. It's actually correlating to a big lesson I finally came to terms with, where I had a problem with I would what am I trying to say? Just basically, if someone wasn't hearing where I was coming from, I'd go up and beyond to really fucking, drive it in. This is what I mean and da-da-da. And then it's and I think there is some sort of thing where I feel like everyone understands that urge where you're being misinterpreted. You want to, you don't want to have sort of the wrong image out there about you. But at the same time, there gets to a point where if you're spending this much time to be this is how right it's actually, it's he's hour and 45-minute little little documentary thing about this is actually why I'm right and I don't suck ass and I'm cool. And you're like, well, that's not the way to convince people of things like that. And yeah, it's sort of it's a sort of thing where it's at a certain point you gotta state your case, and if there's an argument, if the people are trying to argue, have an argument, but it gets to a point where it's you state your case and you go, you guys either that's how I feel, either accept it or not.
political goals. I don't like it. None of it. And over time, I started to learn that my co-host, he really likes terrorists.
Now that I'm getting, by the way, since I'm getting a couple followers, just a reminder, there is also a YouTube channel where I stream and I re-upload the videos and stuff. Link for it down below. And also, if you're feeling nasty, maybe consider that fucking Twitch Prime sub. Or if you got like $5 to $8, burn a hole in your pocket, just give it to me. Give it to me, please. Please, please, please.
They do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this?
This isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shoot. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
Taking over these ships, they started targeting the ships.
People on this helicopter right now?
Yes.
They're streaming this?
Yeah. They're flexing.
What? And they're coming in hot with guns.
Yeah, but you have to understand, this is a deterrent.
This is actually, what is this? Is Hamas showing them like fucking doing an op? This is actually insane. I need to see this video. Also, these guys have to get better at comedy because you gotta, like, when you're dealing with some of these people, they're incredibly. Hey, Tim. Is that from fucking Reading Days, Tim? Is that you, Timmy Edge? I recognize that fucking username. Is that from Reading Comedy Outlet Days, brother? I think that's you, dude. Thanks for the follow, Tim. But what was I saying? Yeah, no, it is actually fucking insane that they record these things. That's crazy. But also, dudes like Hasan got to get better at joking or letting these guys know he's fucking around. Because there's like layers to it. There's like, I'm being dead serious. I'm being completely sarcastic and ironic, joking around. Or there's like, I'm fucking around. You know what I mean?
We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization.
Do we like them or no?
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say. But they are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well,
he is regarded as a pretty brilliant.
In a weird way, I respect Hasan because he stands on business. It might be retarded business, but he stands on business. He's like this lines. He's consistent, which in a weird way I respect. Because it's like when people are because that other guy basically was like, he just heard like, oh, well, I get in trouble with the government if I think a certain thing. Well, I don't like that. You know, that's kind of the essence of what he did. And there is something weirdly admirable of Hasan standing on business. But that being said, it is retarded business he's standing on top of.
Brilliant a person in terms of like everything that he's done.
Then I saw clips like this.
See, that's not a fair clip either, because you can acknowledge a bad person is smart. Maybe I'm giving Hasan a little bit too much of a pass, but you can acknowledge a bad person was smart, because like, you know, there's a lot of bad people who are really smart.
This where Hasan is explaining how he's hiding his power level to funnel in normies into radicalization.
I think that in the short term, in order to combat against that, you have to advocate for a much lighter form of propaganda. You want America, in the way that I feel about it, and if you want America to get out of the way for places with more revolutionary potential to do what they would normally do, I think that, you know, one thing you have to do is advocate for a lighter form while simultaneously still doing agitated propaganda that goes beyond, you know, social democratic idea.
I just wanted to put emphasis on the exact point of the so-called radicalization funnel where, for example, Hasan and JT catch them while they're young, as they say, and then they...
I hate this. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that get propagandized and duped into things. But I hate this whole like something funnel, blah, 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 where it's just like, oh, they don't believe what I believe. They must have got tricked into it. And it's just like, no, I mean, I give people more benefit of the doubt and just assume they're stupid. Like, no, I assume you took the time and genuinely learned it. Or you got some emotional issue that's blocking you from seeing the truth, which are all of my opinions. And no, but like this whole thing, like, oh, you're just getting tricked into it. You're like, well, fucking, I don't know. It's just like an annoying assumption going into a conversation with anyone, because you're starting it off just assuming like they're arguing from a dishonest place. That's why I just assume Hasan believes everything he says, and he's just a retarded hot guy.
Start looking into this new idea, etc., and then move forwards through the funnel, get more and more informed, get more and more radicalized. You do your part in the funnel for the cause, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You're doing, in my modest opinion, a great thing for the cause.
Now listen to Hasan during our very first conversation lie to me about how he's a social democrat to hide his power level.
We should move towards a Sweden-style economy or a Norway-style economy, which would be a social democracy.
You have to advocate for a much lighter form of propaganda.
See, that's not a good argument, because like there's videos of me saying I would blindly vote. If given the two options, like, you could even cut it up perfectly, saying there'd be a clip of me being like, I'd blindly vote for the Republicans over the Democrats, and you'd be like, see, Andy's a Republican. And it's just like, no. Only given two really bad options, I think I'd rather roll the dice with the Republicans. So that doesn't mean, because like also too, I'm like a radical. If we want to get technical, I'm like an anarcho-capitalist. Now I don't think people are mentally ready to exist in that reality. So it's like there are stops along the way that I think are okay stops before we get to anarcho-capitalism. So this doesn't really like prove anything.
With robust social safety nets.
Cold radicalization funnel, catch them while they're young, as they say.
And protections for workers, like higher unionization rates.
A lighter form, while simultaneously still doing agitated propaganda that goes beyond social democratic ideas.
You know what, though? I will say this. I'm thinking about this now because I'm thinking about, what the fuck? There's that book, The Rules for Radicals, and there's all this other little shit about, like, because, like, communists and socialists are way more about strategizing and shit like that. So they are, I mean, there is an argument. They are more willing to lie about things like this. And I just, you know what it is? Maybe I don't give Hasan, you know what? Maybe I'm not giving Hasan enough credit that I'm like, he's not this organized. He's just a fucking, maybe I'm just blinded by how fucking tall and hot he is.
Yes. Hell, he's proclaimed it loudly that he is a self-described propagandist.
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no.
For the record.
I'm not calling
I'm
you
a
that.
propagandist.
I'm just saying. I'm going to play you.
I'm saying I am.
Okay, well then,
I'm saying I am.
I just
before
want to
you even play it.
A propagandist is much more.
I always wonder, though, how much of that is them, because there's a lot of situations like this where it's them being, like, a little sassy, or is he being straight up? That's what's hard to tell with a dude like Hasan, where he's always being a little sassy kitten. Or literally, his stream the other day, a nurse.
More than someone with a bias. It's someone who knowingly lies to further their political agenda.
And then I had a terrifying vision. Had I been duped? Was Hasan presenting a Trojan horse to my community, where he was just a left-leaning Democrat like myself, and as he said in the previous video, was funneling them into radicalization and turning them against me?
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
I learned how much he hates liberals.
Dude, I hate liberals, dude. I hate them. I hate them so viciously.
Did he secretly despise me this whole time?
I'm sorry, dude. I hate liberals so much.
Did this man sit next to me for 2 years and pretend to be my friend?
Dude, liberals are a burden on this planet, dude. Liberals are the most, like, scummy, vile, fucking idiots. Liberals are incredibly stupid. I hate these petulant liberals, dumb fucking liberals.
What else is someone this sociopathic capable of?
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
Was I being manipulated this whole time?
That was my fear anyway. Regardless of his true beliefs, that broke my trust in him, and I pretty much ended the show immediately. And I felt guilty for my participation in mainstreaming Hasan. And for that, I apologize. I should have done more research, and I should have looked more deeply into who I was getting in bed with before they gave me chlamydia. Sorry, Hila. Over the past year since the show ended, I continue to watch Hasan platform, promote, and propagandize terrorist organizations. And every time it happened on Twitch, I would say, man, this time surely he went too far, and someone's got to do something. But as the time went on, nothing happened, and his views got more and more radical and more disturbing. I feel it's my obligation, after mainstreaming someone like Hasan, to take this on. And so it was war. Nuclear war.
I stand before you following the footsteps of intellectual giants.
One thing
as
we've been hearing
nothing
for weeks.
but a simple man.
Now,
a simple man who understands right from wrong.
Yeah. You're an important, influential voice to a lot of people.
I'm an idiot, I'm a dumb bimbo, I don't know what I'm talking about.
And there are some things
I've gotten dumb to criticism like this. It's not. As a matter of fact, I seek it out now because I make content out of it. I think it's funny and fun.
Wait a minute, what did he say right before that? Sorry, I was looking up a thing and I gotta be honest, I missed it.
The fucking planet.
Was I being manipulated?
He's not fat anymore. I thought this guy was fat. It's a very funny comment.
Whole time?
That was my fear anyway. Regardless of his true beliefs, that broke my trust in him, and I pretty much ended the show immediately. And I felt guilty for my participation in mainstreaming Hasan. And for that, I apologize. I should have done more research, and I should have looked more deeply into who I was getting in bed with before they gave me chlamydia.
You can tell people like this are very egotistical and self-centered because you're like, dude, it's not that serious. He's like, I should have been. Okay, you thought you guys agreed on shit, then you found out you fucking didn't, and you don't want to do a show with him. So just stop doing the show. And then because that over apologizing is, I don't know the right term for it, but just be like, I should have known better because I should be ultra. I know you guys think I'm so fucking smart, but I'm just a human just like you. And you're like, brother, it's fuck off.
Yeah, sorry, Hila. Over the past year since the show ended, I continue to watch Hasan platform, promote, and propagandize terrorist organizations.
I've said this a million times before, so I won't I'll try not to over-explain it. I said I won't, and then I'm like, I still might. There's always a chance I'll over-explain something. I hate the whole, you're platforming, blah, blah, blah. It's like, shut the fuck up. Everyone should have, if you want to talk to someone, talk to them. And the more conversations we have, the bullshit will get weeded out. You know what I mean? It's actually more beneficial if you let fucking bad people talk in a, If you let bad or stupid people talk in a safe space, it reveals how bad and stupid they are, and more people get turned off to them. So this whole fucking don't platform, blah, 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 who's a bad person, it's retarded, and it's soft, and it's stupid.
And every time it happened on Twitch, I would say, man, this time surely he went too far, and someone's got to do something. But as the time went on, nothing happened.
It's insane. To be a content creator and to be a guy. And also it's like, brother, I could pull up video right now. Wait. Where is it?
Today's topic is Twitch's new update on hateful conduct policy. It's official. Twitch has said Zionism as a slur.
Yeah, Ashkenaz are all inbred. That's why we all have all these
really
neurological diseases.
Holy shit!
You have to be very generous to a Hasid. They stink, bro. They stink, and you know they don't shave. You've seen their face. Imagine what their dicks look.
Take these guys a little bit more seriously. If it wasn't for this curly ass shit, like these double curls.
That is disgusting.
But
they stink the whole place for everyone.
Stinks.
Makes a compilation. It's like, here's Ethan saying nigger. Well, who said nigger faggot? The nigger faggot has just been around the block.
Yeah.
I love that I can just say nigger faggot. Though.
Yeah. I feel like you're using it a little liberally.
Yeah, brother. you know, I get it. You think he's supporting a terrorist organization, but like, I don't know, man. Like, based off and I think everyone should be on everything saying what they want. Let's just have conversations, and the dumb bullshit will get revealed, and people will stop respecting you. You know what I mean? Like, that's been happening to you. You've been talking more freely and open. People are realizing you're kind of insane and retarded at times, and they've been not fucking with you as much. Yeah, but like based off your standard, like, you'd be long gone by now, brother. Let idiots over-explain themselves. That way we can all hear how retarded they are. 100%. Oh wait, wrong video. But yeah, it's like, dude, I just typed your name and N-word, and it took me less than 5 minutes to find you saying the N-word. It's like, dog, do you know the game you're playing right now, man?
Happened, and his views got more and more radical and more disturbing. I feel it's my obligation, after mainstreaming someone like Hasan, to take this on. And so it was war. Nuclear war.
This goes back to the like self-centered way of thinking, where it's like, it's my job to take out Hasan, who's such a really bad guy.
And before you, following the footsteps of intellectual giants.
One thing we've been hearing
nothing
for weeks,
but a simple man.
Now,
a simple man who understands right from wrong.
Yeah. You're an important, influential voice to a lot of people.
I'm an idiot. I'm a dumb bimbo. I don't know what I'm talking about.
And there are some things
I've gotten numb to criticism like this. It's not. As a matter of fact, I seek it out now because I make content out of it. I think it's funny and fun.
And there are baby settlers as well.
Can you just shut the fuck up, bloodthirsty, violent
It doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen.
Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this.
No.
Let's say for Gumball's easy to use.
No.
It's 3 months.
If you're a pedophile hiding out in Israel, use ExpressVPN to keep watching all those videos you like.
Meanwhile, let code or go to the link in the description. Thank you.
I'm such a fucking stinker, dude. I'm such a little stinker.
So much to ExpressVPN. And now, back to our program. Meanwhile, at Twitch HQ, the marketing team is strategizing on a new advertising vertical.
My friends at Twitch headquarters, the executives, the influencers, Hasan, nice to see you, Frogan, front row. I am here to present to you an extraordinarily exciting opportunity. We have not tapped this market yet. Now, don't panic, okay? Because you're going to want to panic when I tell you, but listen.
Here, I'm going to get a glass of... I'm just going to fill my water cup up.
They're implementing another work.
I'm just going to fill my water cup up. I'm going to show you one of the funniest sketches. Nate loves to bring this up when we're talking on the pod. Or he's brought this up before. Just watch this sketch real quick while I go fill my water cup up. It's very funny.
How you been, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
Not good, man. I've been on the run, man. I just got back in town today, man. I went to that bar down southeast that Margaret told us about.
Yeah, I remember.
Boy, you would have thought it was a Klein rally up in there. Boy, I thought that was my ass, man.
What happened?
Man, I just went in there to get a cold drink, and I'm thinking, it's gonna be a little chill and stuff. How you doing, sir?
What's good, nigga? You heard him?
Hey, yo, what you just called me?
What's up, nigga?
You don't get to call me that, boy. You don't get to call me that. What's wrong? You don't get to call me that. Look. You don't think I know what I'm doing? Huh? I'm doing this for us. Think about it. If we take back the word, it don't harm us no more. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard, nigga.
You feel that? You feel that? Take it back.
Yeah. Feel that? Yeah, nigga. Yeah, take it back. It's yours, nigga.
Hey, let's go, Mr.
I'm just chilling, nigga.
Say what? Nah, come over there and beat your ass, nigga. I wait.
Hey, how you been, nigga?
And you said what? Hey, stop playing with me, nigga. Wait, I didn't mean. Wait, that just. I didn't. Wait.
Be safe, nigga.
It's good, nigga.
It's so funny.
Listen and learn. Who's billions of dollars eager to spend it? And what, people are too cowardly to reach out and take the money? Not us. Terrorism. Terrorism. Twitch is perfect. You could broadcast it straight into the veins of 18 to 35-year-old men. So here's what I'm suggesting.
This is actually crazy he's doing this. I don't know if he realizes how insane this is. Wow. This is very interesting that he's just basically openly being like, Twitch, why have you not gotten rid of this guy I disagree with? You know, and it's the irony that it lines up so well with that very self-righteous, egotistical, like, Zionist, because, like, not to sound like a fucking dickhead, but I always see people making, like, pro-Zionist arguments that have, like, the same energy, where it's like they feel so emboldened that they would actually, without realizing how embarrassing this looks, it's definitely a time travel. That's so funny. Like, the fact that he doesn't realize, like, dude, this is almost 2 hours. This took him a while to make and edit. And he doesn't realize how embarrassing this is shocking. Shocking.
Hasan Piker. Yeah, we'll get drinks after the show. No, you. He's such a great guy. No, you. Give it up for Hasan Piker, everybody. Happy birthday, buddy. This dude can package anti-Semitism and anti-Americanism like nobody else. In fact, you guys got him on the front page. And he's doing terrorism.
Also, I love the whole, he's anti-Americanism, brother. Well, also, too, realistically, if you talk to anyone, they're like, you know, yeah, maybe it's different with, like, a communist, but, like, yeah, this shit happens all the time where you, like, criticize the fucking government for incredibly justifiable reasons. Like, insanely justifiable reasons. And people will be like, wow, you're anti-American. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. How about you tend with the actual thing I'm saying? Not the thing that... Because that's what a lot of, like, pro-Israel Zionist type people do, is they take what you said... and they figure out how to sort of shift it to make you sound fucking insane. And you're like, now you're defending a thing you didn't even fucking say.
For free.
So that's like you're anti-American. You're like, brother, I criticize the U.S. government for a horrible thing they did. It was a solid criticism. Like, what are you saying? What's the pushback for, dude?
Basically, gentlemen and gentle ladies, Frogan, you look good today, girl.
Babe?
Girl, you look good. Great job on that Arab tier list. That was good. How much we get for that? Yo, you got 10 million from Qatar for that? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about. Quick!
Wait, what does she do? She's an Arab tier list?
Doing terrorism for free. Basically, gentlemen and gentle ladies, Frogan, you look good today, girl.
Babe?
Girl, you look good. Great job on that Arab tier list.
Was it TwitchCon? I mean, that's surprising. That's crazy. Wait, what's her name? She did an Arab tier list? Ooh, look who spelled tier right. How Arab are these Twitch streamers? Isn't she Arab? Wait, why is that fucked up?
Clap so that you can make sure that there's actually humans in the room.
Not for the live audience, but when you guys see it on.
Wait a minute.
Are there even any Arab actors we can think of?
Bro, there's none of us left, dog. What are you talking about, dude?
Speaking of
Like we have tiers. We have Arab coded. They ask permission to say Habibi. You know, like you got like a white guy who's like, can I say it? Is it a slur? Is it okay?
Am I allowed
You know what I'm saying? And then you have thinks it's a slur, where it's like a white.
Oh my Christ! People like this are so fucking annoying and gay. They just spend their whole day thinking we all just sit around and think about like Arab people, and it's like, dude, brother, honestly, if I don't see an explosion and I don't have a joke to make, I don't think about you for a I'm being nasty. No, but it's just that, like, it's the same thing like when you see black people who are like, white people are just, they're just itching for you to leave the room to just say the N-word a whole bunch. And you're like, brother, it ain't that. It's not that serious. Like, all this shit, you're like, it's not. It's kind of a you thing. You're kind of like transposing your like self-centered nature. You're like transposing your self-centered nature into a like civil rights issue. And it's just like, it's just not happening like that. Maybe back in 9/11, sure. You know, you guys had some bad PR. That's our bad. You know, bad apple spoil the whole bunch. That's our bad. But like, with the way they're doing it, it's like, dude, fuck off. You guys are fucking losers. I don't think they should take their, it's like, we do this. I see self-centered racism. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, it's why we do this. We talk about you in videos. We point out how you're retarded, and hopefully people see that and, you know, realize you're retarded.
That was good. How much we get for that? Yo, you got 10 million from Qatar for that? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Twitch. Here's the thing. With help from people like Hasan, terrorism is like in the eyes of the beholder, right? They're not terrorists. They're, go ahead. Go ahead. He knows. Freedom fighters, guys. We are fighting for freedom. What about the rapes and the murders? Don't mention that. What's wrong with you? And another one. The resistance isn't perfect. Right? You gotta crack some eggs, man. Hasan, you know social.
That was actually kind of funny. You gotta crack some eggs. Cam fam, how you been, brother? Haven't seen you in a while.
Muslim didn't buy you that car.
Oh yeah, just real quick. I don't know. I don't know if I have to go into a whole thing about what did he have? Is that a Ferrari? I always thought he had a Lambo. I'm doing good, Cam fam. I'm happy to see you back in the mix, dude. What kind of car did he have? What car did Hasan get? Was it a Ferrari? Oh, but yeah, no. People act like there's this huge debate. It's like, yeah, no. If you buy a Porsche. Yeah. This article here. Twitch streamer Hasan Piker bought the fucking headline go. God damn it, I hate websites. I need ad blocker. I'm retarded. Twitch streamer Hasan Piker bought a Porsche and people are once again upset that he's rich. Yeah. Yeah. He's like a famous socialist. The fuck you doing buying a $200,000 Porsche Taycan? It's hypocritical. I don't care. I'm happy people are rich. I'm happy people are rich and buying cool shit that they want to get. But if you're a socialist and you're buying $200,000 sports cars, you're a hypocrite. Like, what are we talking about, man? Yeah, it's like, yeah, no, you're the bourgeoisie, champ.
If I knew that this is what communism would be in 2024, I wouldn't have bothered with this shit. Really. A Porsche is the symbol of the capitalist.
2 days from 6 years? Hell yeah, brother.
This excess. What the fuck is he thinking? You guys actually believe this idiot is a socialist? Forget religion. Hasan is the opiate of the masses. Straight to the gulag for anyone subbed to this idiot.
Or that designer dog.
This breed's stunning fluffy coat comes with a price. Chow Chows shed all year.
Very cute, by the way, but those are expensive. The point is, we have the biggest political streamer on our platform that is influencing media and influencing young kids everywhere. If we can normalize terrorism, if we could rebrand it, then fuck the US Navy. You know how much those guys don't pay shit. You see the Army ads on Twitch? The Army is fucking broke, dude. I'll tell you who loves America more than the Army. Qatar. Well, I don't know if love's the right word, but they're paying more. Good CPMs coming out of Qatar. But you kids love anime, right? Can't get enough of it. I mean, look at what we've already done with Hasan. You're the fucking man, dude. Happy birthday again, man. No, we got a big party for you after. No, don't do it. Let's wait, because we got a big party and a cake and everything for you after in the back. Prostitutes, too. Don't tell anyone. That's part of the past. Look what we've done already. This Houthi pirate. I mean, who are you kidding? This guy's a fucking terrorist. He literally tweeting out he wants to kill Jews and put their heads on pikes. And somehow, not somehow, because of his genius, we have rebranded the Houthi fucking pirates, the Houthi terrorist organization. Yeah, the Islamic fundamentalists. Death to America, curse upon the Jews. That's right. That's the Jolly Roger of this man here. None other than Monkey D. Luffy. So let's get out there, guys. And let's make 2025 our biggest year, guys. Come on, guys. The resistance is imperfect. The resistance is imperfect. Yeah, let's get them. If you want to know where on the political spectrum Hasan sits, take a look at a recent media analysis by Ad Fonte, which rated Hasan.
If you're upset that influencer is rich, you're retarded. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't yeah, I don't care. Like, yeah, I said it before. That's right. I'm sorry. I'm over-explaining. Yeah, I don't care he's rich. It's just if you're a socialist and you have a $200,000 Porsche car, what was it? Cayenne peppers. It's like you're being a hypocrite. You know what I mean? It's for you're for the people. You're for the working class. It's like you're the bourgeoisie, dickhead.
Hasan as the most extreme left-wing, untrustworthy media source on the internet. And to give you an idea, he is opposite of InfoWars. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that.
It's so funny. It's like, yeah, he's not news. He's a retarded hot guy that comments on it. He's just giving his opinion. He's not a news source.
Hasan loves all terrorists. But what I will say is that there isn't many he don't like. Let's start with our good friend Luffy here and his organization, the Houthis.
And yes, this is what it looks like. They are hiling Hitler.
The Houthis are an Islamic military group. They're known for their cruel measures, forcibly recruiting child soldiers, shelling civilian areas, and blocking food from entering already famine-ruined parts of Yemen. They've also set up landmines in agricultural spots, making the fields virtually worthless. Women have virtually no rights, and homosexuality, of course, is punishable by death. That lines up with leftist values.
I mean, brother, it's Yemen. Like, obviously, you can't be gay there. That's not... I mean, that's down on the list of probably the things we should be, like, fucking breaking down. Islamists like Hitler. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say something that I was like, I think he... Because, like, they are doing the Zig Heil, but I would be like, wouldn't they... Because that's not just, like, Hitler's thing. And there's other cultures that would, like, be doing that for other reasons, because, like, the swastika was other shit. So I was wondering about that. I was like, I feel like they don't like Hitler, if I were to guess. Because, like, hating the Jews ain't just Hitler's game. A lot of people get in on that. I don't agree with it, but a lot of people get in on that.
Now, just how little rights do women in the Houthis Yemen have? Well, according to this, there's been one...
Oh, my God. Are we doing this? Yeah, obviously. Yeah, obviously, if you're a woman or gay, it sucks ass to not be in a first world country. It's the obvious. We're really gonna do this? God damn it, dude.
1,181 violations committed by Houthi rebels against women, including...
Just because they're in that pose doesn't mean they support Hitler. Yeah, you're not being sarcastic, right? I can't tell with text sometimes. I was just like, that was my assumption. I don't know if I'm right. I could be wrong, but I was just like, not if they're Arab, like there could be, because that's not like the Nazis. Because people were making the joke, they're like, it's the Roman. Oh, okay, gotcha, copy that. But like, people were making joke during like Elon's thing. They were calling it the Roman salute. Like, I think that's the other part. Like, I could be wrong, but I don't think like the Nazis own that shit. You know what I mean? Not like downplaying it or anything. And that, like, I'm just using simple logic. Like, I would wonder if the Houthis, I think he was talking about. Yeah, the Houthis, are they all goosed up over Hitler?
Torture, rape, and murder. So, not great. The Houthis have a very wholesome flag, as you can see here. It says, translated, Allah Akbar, death to America, death to Israel, and a curse upon the Jews. And that's all of them, not just the ones in Israel. And of course, victory to Islam. I get amused when these terrorists are like, we hate Jews. We want to kill Jews. And then people like Hasan are like, you're fucking racist for saying that.
Damn, I just realized my chat wasn't showing up either. Whatever. We'll figure it out for next time.
They just want to kill Jews. And that
Hitler went to Iran back in the day and told them they are the race that will serve the Aryans and be taken care of by them. All the races will work slaves. Iran is Arabic for land of Aryans. Oh. I got to learn more history. I didn't know that. Hitler took the Roman salute because he said the Holy Roman Empire was the First Reich. Oh, I need to learn more things. That's very interesting. Thank you, Moldy Toad.
they're terrorists, man.
What you meant to say is Hezbollah is Muslim.
You're not thinking deep enough about this topic.
My criticisms of the Houthis' slogan do not factor in to what they are doing. Of course, it is anti-Semitic, but contextualizing it matters. Yeah, it's really interesting because, like, that is such Western-focused propaganda. Like, for a Palestinian to arrive at anti-Semitic opinions, okay, they don't need to read Mein Kampf.
Oh, I almost forgot the most fun one. They brought back slavery.
We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do.
That lines up with leftist values. All right, so these guys are clearly the bad guys. So my...
He's also leaving out the fact that all this shit happened after... Fuck. I'm good, babe. My wife heard me fucking fat joking. Brought back. Shit's been around for... Yeah, also, that was actually incredibly ironic. He just said, like, you should learn your history. And it's like, yeah, no, slavery came back to Yemen because they took out Gaddafi. You know what I mean? And, like, Gaddafi was not a good dude, but he was the only thing... He was the thing giving that country structure. And, yeah, taking out Gaddafi turned Yemen into, like, a fucking hellhole. You know? So it's like, yeah, that you're kind of, like, taking out major context of that statement. They weren't just, like... Because that's the other thing that's important whenever you're talking about terrorist organizations is, like, you don't have to sympathize with them or acknowledge or like it's not, you're not defending them, but like terrorist organizations don't pop up just because guys are big old jerks. They pop up because someone else was like they came from something. It doesn't justify anything they do. It just explains where it's from, and it's important to. It's very important to acknowledge that shit because that's how you avoid more of this type of shit in the future.
Question is, how does Hasan cover such a genocidal, violent, misogynistic, homophobic, terroristic organization?
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical? Sure. These were the people that the Saudis were killing, by the way, just so you know. These fucking musically gifted individuals.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, I need the money, guys.
I'm gonna grab my food.
I'm so confused. What is this?
والمعالي واسألوا عن الحشد العسكري يوم سيطرنا على الخوبة بآلي ما نبالي بالهضر والمدفعية.
Yeah, I don't know. He's either a terrorist sympathizer or fucking hilarious. Cause like the uncomfortable nature of this guy is making me laugh so hard.
That's right, my friend. Hasan just played straight up terrorist propaganda without even being there to analyze it. Surely this must be against terms of service. Twitch does not allow content that depicts, glorifies, encourages, or supports terrorism or violence.
Okay, so now what are you doing, Ethan? You just being a tattletale? It's like one thing to be like, here's some things Hasan's wrong about. It's another thing to just be like, Twitch, what are you doing? Why aren't you taking him out, Twitch? Like, you're just being a tattletale.
Violent extremist actors. For example, displaying or linking terrorist or extremist propaganda even for the purpose of denouncing such content. Denouncing? Okay, but what's the rule for endorsing it? Is that okay? The answer is yes, as Hasan was never punished for this blatant violation of Twitch community guidelines. Got it. So denouncing terrorism is bad. Don't do that. Endorsing terrorism is good. Okay, got it, Twitch.
What is going on?
Can you explain this? This is a 3-minute video of... What do you mean a music video? When you said music video, I'm expecting like bad example, Chris Brown dancing, you know?
No. They do like they do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Dog, what do you look? You think I made this?
This isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
No, it is. They do musicals about like their fucking like their actions all the time.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. I've got this. Instead of terror.
Is he supporting it or is he just explaining a hilarious thing? Because it is funny that it's very funny that terrorist organizations make high-produced music videos.
Propaganda. Let's call it musicals.
They do musicals.
Instead of violent jihadists, let's call them musically talented people.
They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Guys, let's just use our brains. Fiddler on the Roof, Wicked, Alexander Hamilton, man. There's no reason we can't put these Houthis on Broadway.
Well, they go, listen, you want to fucking bring a ship through here? We're going to take it. So that's exactly what the Houthis start doing. They start fucking sending in helicopters onto fucking ships. Bro, they fucking, look at this. They got the Palestinian flag that they painted under the helicopter with the Yemen flag. They fucking they start overtaking the ships. And they're like, guess what, dog? No more trade to Israel. If you are sending ships into Israel, if you are owned by an Israeli subsidiary, if you're owned by an Israeli corporation, we're going to take over your ship. You cannot fucking use this trade route anymore. Guess what, bitch? It's our fucking territorial boundary, and we're going to enforce this until you stop doing genocide in Gaza.
So let's review his claims. His first claim is that the boat is headed for Israel. It's not. It's going from Turkey to India. Next claim is that it's owned by an Israeli company. It's not. It's being chartered by a Japanese company, and the boat's owners are registered in the Isle of Man. I'd like to remind everybody that the crew that's kidnapped in this video has been missing for over a year now with zero updates on their health, whereabouts, or anything. That lines up with leftist values. Hasan's third claim is that this attack happened in their territorial waters, which is also a lie. It happened in international waters. Hasan is lying for the Houthis like he's being paid. And honestly, at this point, is he?
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no.
For the record.
I'm not calling
I'm a
it
propagandist.
This is like a hostile. They're streaming this?
Yeah. They're flexing.
What? And they're coming in hot with guns.
Yeah, but you have to understand, this is a deterrence. Israeli society is going to start getting upset. They're going to be like, I can't get my treats. I can't get my Amazon Prime deliveries. What the fuck is going on? I hate this. Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
I find it disturbing that Hasan thinks that a slowdown of imports is going to cause Jews to flee Israel. 80% of Israelis were born there and do not have citizenship anywhere else. So where do you want them to go, Hasan? Back to Poland or back to the Arab countries they were forced out of?
Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
By telling the Jews of Israel to go back where they came from, Hasan attempts to deny Jewish heritage in the Middle East. It characterizes them not as indigenous, but as white colonizers. This is
Wait. Sorry. I was looking up a thing real quick. No, he's not doing this, is he?
Despite the Israel.
Israeli society is going to start getting upset. They're going to be like, I can't get my treats. I can't get my Amazon Prime deliveries. What the fuck is going on? I hate this. Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
I find it disturbing that Hasan thinks that a slowdown of imports is going to cause Jews to flee Israel. 80% of Israelis were born there and do not have citizenship anywhere else. So where do you want them to go, Hasan?
No, I don't think he's not saying they're gonna flee Israel. He's saying they're gonna like stop fucking with them.
Thinks that a slowdown of imports is going to cause Jews to flee Israel.
See, that's the thing. It's like every like pro-Israeli Zionist type argument you hear is always like they pivot to like if that's what he was saying, I could understand you being kind of like what the fuck, but it's not what he's saying. That's the thing. That is not what he's saying. It's like, that's not, he's going to like fuck up their imports. They're going to get mad. And they're basically saying like, yo, we're going to do this. Like, I'm not saying I'm sitting here agreeing with it, like going, ooh, it's such a good I'm just like, I'm understanding the logic. He's saying like, oh, they're going to fuck with their imports. They're going to get mad and they're going to stop fucking with them so they could get their imports back to normal and shit like that. I'm like, it's pretty clear what he's trying to get across. Lost in the Sauce, how you doing, dog? How are you doing? In this versions of this, but white people like propaganda video showing Pennsylvania taking pills and such. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's their version of that.
80% of Israelis were born there and do not have citizenship anywhere else. So where do you want them to go, Hasan? Back to Poland or back to the Arab countries they were forced?
That's really funny too. Where do you want them to go? The dumbest place I could possibly think of? Like, well, yeah, I mean, he probably doesn't mean that.
Out of.
Israel sucks. I'm leaving Israel. That's the goal.
By telling the Jews.
Oh. Okay, unless that's edited wrong. That's my bad. Okay. I didn't realize it. That's what he meant. My fault. Ethan, point back to you, sir.
Jews of Israel to go back where they came from. Hasan attempts to deny Jewish heritage in the Middle East.
Well, that's also, you know what? I'm going to let him explain it because I jumped the gun earlier and I was wrong about stuff. So let's not jump the gun, Andy.
Characterizes them not as indigenous, but as white colonizers. This is despite the fact that 60% of Jews in Israel are actually native to the Middle East.
This is wild. So these guys did all of this.
What does that mean, though? Because, like, the Zionists are, like, they're kind of colonizers, dude. Because I thought a lot of times the pro-Zionist people will be like, well, it's in the Bible. And you're like, yeah, it's like 2,000 or what? It was like 2,002 million years, something like that. Some insane thing. They're like, well, fucking in Bible times. You're like, well, that doesn't count. What was it? It's like the 1940s. There was a bunch of Palestinians controlling the land. Israelis moved in, and they were slowly buying up the land, doing it legally. And then they got the UN to say, well, that's actually a lot of that's their land. And then they just like fucking took it. And then you just had a bunch of times where they just took a shit ton of land from them. They made it seem justified in the moment, but they took a shit ton of, or not even made it seem justified. They did under the guise of like a conflict or some shit like that. And they just like took the fucking land. Like, don't give me this fucking, it's like, yeah, no, they showed up in like the 40s and 50s. A lot of them showed up in the 40s and 50s and slowly over time. Don't give me this like indigenous people there. Yeah, dude. Being able to see terrorist attacks in, this is like crazy. I actually want to see this video. What's that? The Evening Standard? I actually want to, this video is fucking insane. That you can just watch that. Like, I thought it was crazy that you could see footage. Like, I thought it was crazy that dudes were putting GoPros on their helmets in fucking Ukraine. But, like, being able to see shit like this is crazy. It's crazy. What is this? Evening Standard. Oh, yeah, here it is. Oh, it's a quick video. Let's watch it real quick.
شو ايوه فلاش
Yeah, that's crazy. Looks easy to steal a boat. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know one way or the other about stuff like that. I will say, if this is a thing that you kind of are known, yeah, I wonder how fucking real this is. That's a good point. It's like I would imagine there'd be more security on a boat like this, to be perfectly honest. And also, like, are there not more people on this boat? I would imagine boats like this have way more security, or it'd be smarter to at least.
Right? They did all of this.
Is that their helicopter?
Yeah.
That looks like a legit helicopter.
It is a legit helicopter.
This is wild.
So they take it over. And they tell the people in the ship, it's usually like mostly Filipino people, Filipino crews.
Oh.
And they're like, all right, well, we got no problems with you, but you're coming with us. We're taking over the ship.
What an incredible way to characterize having a gun in your face. Hasan is asking us not to believe our own eyes as we watch terrorists hostilely kidnap the crew.
We got no problems with you, but you're coming with us. We're taking over the ship.
And once again, the crew is still MIA for over a year, prisoners to a terrorist organization. But don't worry, guys. Hasan says they have no problem with them.
They're like, all right, well, we got no problems with you, but you're coming with us.
Yeah, Hasan sounds like he's doing some commie shit where he's like downplaying it. It's like, brother. That's the thing, like dudes like him that are bad at. When it's something because it's like they figure out the end. Because like not even trying to be a dick, but if you just if you're being any bit honest with yourself, like you would be like, oh yeah, pure communism or anything close to pure communism or socialism ends with a bad time, to put it nicely. And if you're being any bit honest with yourself, you would not be a communist or a socialist because you're like, oh, I don't like to die. I don't want to be a communist. I don't want to be a socialist. I don't want to starve to death. You know what I mean? So I think that to me implies, excuse me, guys. I had a cold earlier and I still remnants of it in my system. I feel bad. I gave it to my wife. But like that to me implies you've decided the end and you fill in the middle. So if the ending is communism good, communism shit good, shit like that is good. He's decided that Israel bad, the other side good. He's got to fill in the blanks on the middle. He's figured out the end. He's got to fill in the middle. And honestly, sometimes it's good to fill in the middle, guys.
This is a 3-minute video of what do you mean a music video? When you said music video, I'm expecting like, are you being serious?
How does socialism equal starving to death? I want to watch the video, not to go into a whole fucking debate, but the short answer is, just look up. I'm sorry. Let me say that not being a sarcastic dickhead. Just look up history, dude. All the socialist countries, they don't know how to, like, it's just, central planning. You don't know how to properly decide what's important and what's not important. Resources don't get allocated properly. It's not efficient. It goes bad. And then they just, they have to start reallocating food and doing all this shit. And then you don't have enough supplies for people. So then you start sending people to like work camps and shit. And yeah, you just get famine and death. And it's not a chill time, Trevor. But I'm just like, don't take my word for it. Just look up how a lot of these like socialist countries end, or like what happens in the middle of it. Like if you're on the bottom rung of the totem pole, there's a good chance you're gonna starve to death or get fucking shot.
I know they're singing, but I'm seeing just guns and shit. This isn't a music video, Hasan.
I bet Hasan's friend really appreciated being fed terrorist propaganda on camera. Let's see what he had to say.
Because hell, even a couple days ago, I was hanging out with my buddy Hasan, and this guy unironically put a terrorist propaganda music video on, and then left the room.
Left the room?
Yeah, and I was just like, and the thing is, like, in hindsight, it's hilarious, you know. But at the same time, I'm like, what is going on here? This is wild to me.
Yeah.
But like, I just, and like, he was like, yo, they're such great dancers. Look how
Oh
good
my god.
I was like, okay. Wait, is that how it works? If you watch like a politics TikTok, you get recommended Hasan right after? Is that how it works? Bro, he's all over this page. That's crazy. Click it. Dude, Hasan be saying some wild stuff, man.
Name countries, look at history. Every country that tried socialism, communism ended bad because of U.S. government intervention. No, you can't just say socialism is bad when you can't define it. Well, I mean, brother, I'm trying to watch the video. I don't want to go into a whole debate over socialism and capitalism because no matter what I say, you're not going to listen to me. Capitalism, no one starves, definitely not. I mean, not if you don't want to. Brother, there's fucking homeless people with cell phones in capitalist countries. You know what I mean? The fucking yeah. It's like super in America. It's super easy to stay alive in America if you want to. But yeah, I don't know. Fucking okay, even if you don't starve to death, go to Mao's China and just disagree. You know what I mean? Go to North Korea. Go check out how the men's basketball team in North Korea is doing. I guess that's not socialist, that's more, but whatever. It's totalitarian, whatever. But yeah, it's like go back to Mao's China and just like disagree with anything, or go to the USSR. It's not a chill time, bro. You know what I mean? Also, every country that tried socialism and communism was held up by the U.S. Like they would get funds from the U.S. or because they couldn't figure out how to set price. I actually heard this story in the Soviet Union. They would double check because like here's the problem when you're trying to do socialism and communism and you're trying to central plan everything. No central planner has enough information to properly set prices. So like shit's just gonna get fucked up. So I heard this story where they were literally checking what the fuck was it? They were literally checking like the JC Penney catalog on like what to price shit. You know what I mean? Brother, define socialism or communism before you form an opinion on it. Well, socialism is government owning the fucking means of production and shit like that. It's like everything's owned by the fucking government. And yeah, it's like there's no free markets and yada, yada, yada. Okay, then stop fucking watching me then, you fucking faggot. Like, like go away then. Also, I'm not so dense with 10 viewers spewing BS. You're one of them, you dumb fuck. You stupid pussy. And then say you don't want to. Yeah, because I'm watching the fucking video. Oh, it's literally the opposite? It's not. You're retarded. Yes, in socialism, the government owns all the means of production. Owned by the people. Except it's fucking not, you dumb shit. It's never fucking is. They always say they're gonna fucking get the country and they're gonna take control and they're gonna give it to the people and then the people will be like, hey, where's our fucking country? And then they'll be like, give me 5 more minutes. I'm still playing with it. And they never do. And then everything's a fucking bad time. And then everyone fucking dies and you don't got shit to eat. F-slur telling. Yeah, because you're acting like one, you dumb shit. Get the fuck out of here then, pussy. Stop watching my fucking videos. Go. Okay, you're blocked, dude. You're being a fucking faggot. You're being an F-slur. You're being an F-slur, dude. And don't report my video like a pussy. You fucking pussy, dude. You're annoying the shit out of me. My fucking videos. Okay. You sound so stupid. Then go away and stop talking to me. You're the one engaging with me, you dumb shit, Trevor. Stop talking to me then, Trevor. Yeah, anyway. I'll give you a couple minutes. If you yes, leave. No one wants you here, Trevor. You're making it bad for everyone, Trevor. Everyone's upset with you. It does do something. It makes you not able to be here. It's way off the rails. It's really not. You're ruining everything, Trevor. If you leave, it will get better. So just make everyone's day better and stop existing in this space. Remove yourself and make everyone happier, Trevor. You understand that? If you leave, things will get better. The absence of Trevor will make things better. The absence of Trevor will make... Trevor, I'm asking you nicely. And you know what? I'm asking you voluntarily. Not what a socialist would do. A socialist would just use the power of government to force their fucking opinion on shit. I'm using my... I'm just using my free market voluntarism to ask you politely to leave, Trevor. So unprofessional. What the fuck are you talking about? All right, Trevor, go away. Do us all a favor and go away so I don't have to block you. I feel gay for blocking people. You haven't been nice since the start of this? I was nice. You were the one being a fucking dickhead, Trevor. Trevor, you're a liar. Don't be a liar. I mean, you came in just with the most hack shit. How does socialism equal starving to death? Just like, you know all this bullshit, but you just missed, all of history. And then name country, look at history. Every country that tried socialism, communism ended bad because of U.S. government intervention. You just can't say socialism is bad when you can't define it. And then capitalism, no one starves, definitely not. And then you go, brother, define socialism or communism before you form an opinion on it. Yeah, you came in and then you go so dense with 10 viewers spewing BS and say you don't want to debate when called out for it. Yeah, I was saying I didn't want to debate because we're already doing a thing, and you came in here making it about yourself. You became incredibly condescending, and you're just being a jerk. And then I called you what you're being, Trevor. I called you what you're being. You know what? Yes, Trevor, go away. This is like when a dude gets cut off at a bar and he's clearly blacked out and he doesn't want to act like he's not blacked out. Yeah, Trevor, you suck ass. This stream veils the vibe check. All right, Trevor, you're 5 minutes arguing for what? I don't know, dude. Why? I mean, if a homeless guy is in your store, you're going to have to spend the time getting him out of here. I'm trying to get you out of here. Stop talking then, Trevor. Oh, ignore me. You're talking. You're talking and you're making everyone miserable. You're upsetting everyone. You're being a bad person. And I don't know how to block people on YouTube, Trevor. That's the other part of it. I don't know how to block people on YouTube, and I don't want to block you. But you're just so gay. You can't have an actual conversation, bro. Okay, guys, chill. Chill. I don't want to block you. That makes me feel like a dick. All right, are you guys done? Well, also, too, I always hate, too, when people go, I didn't run away from it. I answered everything you said. What are you guys talking about? Sorry, Twitch. This is on YouTube. I literally answered every question you said. All right, you guys. Hell yeah, dude. All right. Are you guys going to be dickheads? Are you guys going to be annoying? Yeah, Trevor's being annoying. Also, don't be lame. Oh, he called me gay. Yeah, I did. Don't be a baby about it. Don't be a baby about that. That's what little babies do. And I didn't run away. Trevor, don't lie. See, that's hurting my feelings, Trevor. Don't lie about that. I was having the convo with you, and then you were being condescending, and you were being a dick, and you were being a jerk. So, like, I'm a guy, and I treated you like a dude being a jerk to me. I don't know, dude. Him not knowing how to block is actually kind of funny and cute. Makes me like him. All right, Trevor. I do know how to block you. I do know how to block you. It just doesn't feel good in my heart to block people. But you're giving me no choice, brother. It's not lame. What are you talking about? You're being a pussy, dude. Don't be a pussy, Trevor. Don't be a pussy. Okay, you're both being pussies. Guys, please leave. I don't like blocking people. Just leave. You didn't kind of run away. I just want to watch the video. Well, no, I mean, in my defense, Trevor, okay, I hear where you're coming from. You did kind of run away. I just want to watch the video. No, you came into my stream and wanted to have the most boring conversation in the world. You wanted to have the most boring conversation in the world that we both know you are not going to agree with me on any fucking point, and I wasn't going to agree with you. So, and then you started getting condescending and shitty. So, oh, hey, I'm in the middle of trying to do an entertaining stream. You come in and go, hey, can we do the lamest bullshit ever? And I just go, that doesn't sound like fun. That doesn't sound like fun. And I'm sorry to my Twitch chat. You can't see this. I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't hyper focus on this. Hell yeah. Just end YouTube stream. Obviously, it's not popping off. It's actually doing better than it was. So you're dumb. I'm not stupid. Why are you guys being jerks? I wanted to correct someone with a platform giving misinformation. Oh, you a fucking do-gooder soldier, you fucking dork. I wanted to correct someone with a platform giving misinformation. You're a dork, dude. Why are you letting me dictate what you do on stream? I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and you were saying things that were wrong. I'm going to move on in a second. I don't know, Trevor. You're just interesting me, Trevor, because you fucking you suck ass in a very interesting way. So there's that. And I'm not letting you dictate what I'm doing on stream. I'm talking to you currently, Trevor. And you're being mean again. I know I'm being mean again. That's what people do when you suck. What are you talking about, dude? You came in here and started fucking being a dick. What am I supposed to do? All right. You guys are being gay. I'm going to move on.
So I don't know if we can.
Here's another incident of Hasan enjoying some Houthi propaganda.
Guys, you got to stop. If you're not liking me, leave and shut the fuck up. I don't want to be a dork and block you, but if you're just going to keep doing this annoying horseshit, just go, dude. If you're not having a good time, why are you here? That's the weird thing on your part. If you're not having a good time, fucking bounce, dude.
How can they not agree with the Houthis when this is the kind of music video that they're coming out with? They got a beautiful voice too.
Why do people watch things they don't like? I don't know. The funny part about this is they're getting mad at me and they're doing the exact, they're the inverse of me right now. So the irony is anything they're mad at me about, you're doing the same thing. So it's ironic. It's dude, the more you give me shit, the more you become me. You know what I mean? It's I'm at least admitting to it. Say something I like, Andy. Also, guys, this is another thing, by the way. I love talking politics on here, but everyone wants to hop into this is what people, by the way, that disagree with me on stuff don't realize. It's fucking annoying as shit to hop. This is the other thing I was trying to get across. It's not yeah, you didn't oh yeah, okay, sure. I called you gay out of the gate. Whatever. Be a dork about it. Get upset about that and be a fucking dork. But you need to understand from my perspective, we've all been doing this for 2 hours. You hop in out of nowhere and go, debate me about socialism. And you're like, well, that's not imagine we were just in a room and you guys hopped in and you're like, what are you talking about? Hey, argue with me. You're like, oh, that actually sounds fucking annoying. That's what I was trying to get across. Was I being a little aggressive? Sure. You suck ass. So I responded understandably. But like, you guys got to understand, like, you hopped in being annoying as shit. So like, I'm not just going to fucking dance. And then you're like, oh, why won't you move on? I don't know. 'Cause there's a problem and you deal with problems. It's like I was saying, it's like when there's like a homeless guy in the fucking lobby, you got to get him out. Reality. Yeah. See, you're being lame, Trevor. Okay. I'm done. I'm actually done. What'd you say, Colton? You're all dumb, bro. No matter how you look at it, you're giving him viewer engagement. Like, if you don't like him, then stop. Yeah, but he's like here. And I don't want to like block him. And also, like, here's my thing too. I think we can like have a reasonable conversation. So it's like, I don't know. We're talking. Everyone always says that. They're always just like, I don't know. Everyone's just like, well, stop giving him fucking. Well, I'm trying to figure it out. Also, it's the fucking thing. I'm a Twitch streamer. I'm a guy who Twitch streams. I'm not a Twitch streamer. I'm a comedian. I'm a podcaster. I also happen to be a streamer. I don't want that to be my top build. That felt weird saying that, and I didn't like it. But also too, stop telling me what to do, you fucks. You fucking losers. Stop telling me what to do. Fucking just do this, do that. Well, you start your fucking stream then. He's talking about me giving you viewers. You even got that wrong. All right, dude. All right, Trevor, you're making me be a dick. I don't want to block you. If I feel very cringe blocking people, but you suck so much. All right, dude. You got a couple more and then you're out of here. You're being the problem. I got to kick you out. I got to call the cops on you, dude. You're being a problem. All apologies to Twitch. YouTube, I multi-stream on YouTube because I'm trying to like build up these views and shit like that. But like, YouTube is the only time I ever have a problem like this. Because like people, it's not about, this is what you guys are missing. Because also too, I'll be perfectly honest, this is why I can't ignore stuff like this, because I think I can like reason with you guys. And I think I need to just accept that I can't. And that's on me. That's on me for thinking I feel like this conversation is reasonable. I just don't match up with your bullshit ass ideology. See, that's the thing too. It's like, you guys are being dorks. Stop talking like that. You're mad at me because I said an F slur. Like, you're dorks going like, oh, this doesn't match up with your bullshit ideology. Like, doesn't that like hurt you to say out loud? You know what I mean? Doesn't that hurt you? But yeah, I guess it's on me. I apologize. I thought I could get through to you guys, through man-to-man conversation. I couldn't. That's on me. I should have less hope for the internet. You're right. I should have less hope for the internet. I got to call the cops on you for freedom of speech. Well, that's not how that works. Oh, no. Oh, you were saying what I was saying. Oh, you don't understand sarcasm. Thank you, Colton. It's your fault for assuming you can reach people on YouTube. Yeah, that's what honestly was, because like, yeah, I thought I could level with you guys. That's on me. I can't. So please go away or I will block you. Sorry, I just get you're being incredibly cringe, Trevor. He probably thinks private corporations can infringe on freedom of speech. I take the bait all the time when shit's that cringe. I should go work on your comedy. I'm taking the bait. It's just I get, when people suck this much ass, I get triggered and I just want to fucking argue. I like to argue. All right, honorary HC and Trevor, you guys got 5 minutes. If you don't get less gay, you're out of here. That's just, I don't want to be like this, but you're forcing my hand.
Yeah, Israel been real quiet since this drop, dude. The fucking mixtape.
Oh, Hasan, my sweet, naive friend. You say that Jews don't sing and dance like that? Then what the fuck do you call this? That's right, bitch. What the fuck you stepping on our shit?
This is my last thing. What you just said honorary HC is the essence of why you guys are being annoying. Because you just said, why is being gay bad? You're choosing to not know what I'm saying. Bro, you know, look at me. You know when I say gay, you know what I mean. You're choosing to be a dork right now. And this is why this is why you and Trevor are ruining everything. Because that's how you interpret reality. And you're choosing to be a dork. And that's the last I'm going to say of it. I'm going to tell myself to not respond, even though I love taking the bait and arguing with random people on the internet. I secretly fucking love it.
Yeah, Israel been real quiet since this drop, dude. The fucking mixtape.
You know, honestly, if Jews did more stuff like this, they'd have a lot less fucking jerk-offs hating on them on the internet. They'd be like, you know what? They may control the media, but they also control a good tune.
Got a beautiful voice.
No, I don't. As someone who's actually gay, so you don't want to learn about my experience. Oh, this is Trevor, my big red sweetie. Did you subscribe? Well, actually, I know how to block people easier on Twitch, so you're fucked, Trevor. I don't, as someone who's actually gay. Well, learn my experience as a straight male, and you know, sometimes it's not all about you, dude. Come on, man. You're choosing, you guys are so upsetting. You're choosing to be dorks right now.
Boys too. Israel been real quiet since this drop, dude.
If Jews made their own Gangnam Style, fuck no, I didn't subscribe. You got the crown next to your thing, stupid. So that means you gave me money somehow, you dumbass. Jews made their own Gangnam Style, this whole issue would be over and done with. For real. For real, dude.
Israel been real quiet since this drop, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got
Houthis been real quiet since this drop.
Oh, look, I can put that in timeouts. That's nice. Because I didn't want to ban you. A timeout's, there you go. 10 minutes. Trevor and honorary HC. You got 10 minutes for being dorks. There you go. 10 minutes. No. 10 minutes. You guys are being dorks. 10 whole minutes. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, losers.
Drop, dude.
Now we come to our sweet, beautiful, cute little TikTok twink. This hairless young man is the fantasy of every tween and twix and all the boys and girls on TikTok. He's cute. He's got a mustache. He's a freedom fighter. Beautiful eyes. They call him Timothée Chalamet because he's a Houthi.
Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean?
Yeah, it actually rules pretty hard that I can put them in timeout. It literally says timeout. I may not ban them ever. I may just keep putting them in timeout. That would rule. Timing out. Ooh, Trevor wants a timeout on Twitch. Hell yeah, dude. I got Trevor to call stuff gay. Yes, dude. You're cool now, Trevor. Timing out a gay person after calling someone the F slur because you didn't want to have to answer them is some gay shit. Well, that's not what happened. And also, you're doing what I'm doing. So you have become everything you hate, dumbass. But also, shut up. And please stop talking or another timeout. Trevi.
Excuse me. Of course I'm about to have a... I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. It's so weird. It's so weird. Motherfuckers want journalism, and when I'm...
Oh, now you're just being a liar, Trevor. My reading has been pretty good. Trevor, he's gonna... Ooh, look who can be in a timeout on Twitch, too. Bye. Bye, dickhead.
Trying to do journalism, they go, why are you doing that? Bro, you are going to get banned? I think it would be ridiculous to do that.
Hasan now has the opportunity to express his journalistic chops, to get his boots on the ground and show us just how good of a reporter he can be.
I'm doing journalism, chat. Does he know what One Piece is?
He's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Trevor is a Houthi. That rules. That's so funny. Yeah, no, I get, by the way, I completely get if people are like, wow, Andy, just fucking ignore it. And that is my problem, because I legitimately go like, oh, I can reason with these people by and I need to learn better. But it does feel like that's my barometer. That's the thing that irritates me about those people is like, dude, like we've been here before. Slav's the best. I'll always throw Slav in their face because like, dude, I disagree with a lot of shit that guy says. Do I ever kick him out? No, because he's cool and respectful. He's cool and respectful. He says fucking insane shit I don't agree with, but he's cool and he's respectful, and I never kick him out. It's when these dudes hop in the stream and they demand you do what they want you to do and shit like that. That's when I'm like, no, I don't care. Dude, you could hop in and go like, free markets rule. Talk about free markets, and I could be like, ugh, get it. It's when you start coming in and yeah, sure. Did I say the F slur? Maybe. Who remembers? Not me. Who remembers? No one know. I do got to chill on that because the more popular I get, Twitch and YouTube will take me down for that. So just for the sheer, because I want to make money off these things. So for the sheer health of my channel, I should avoid that. Not because I was wrong. Because that's the other thing, too. Fuck you with the I'm gay. I don't care. It doesn't have to... No, I called you that based off the way you're behaving. And you're being rude. And you're being annoying. And yeah, should I be more cool, calm, and collective and not pop off like that? Some may say that's a good thing to do. But in my defense, I was not wrong. I was not wrong. But yeah, dude, it is like that's what irritates me too, because I really work hard to just like, you know, it's just be cool. And if you're not cool, you're not allowed in here. I may want to do moderators eventually. Maybe down the line when it starts getting bigger, like when I actually get more than fucking 10 to 20 people in a stream. Because I have enough time to like handle it on report Trevor for terrorism. Yeah, right. No, that's gay. I have enough time to like do it. It's you know I can do it my own now. But yeah, this is a learning process too. Now I know I'm more used to people popping in being like this, and now I can be cooler and calmer and not throw out F slurs.
Yeah.
Sick. Yes. We love you too, man. Big time. Yeah.
I love you. I love you so much.
We're big fans of the Yemeni music videos. You can tell them that. I want to ask him about the knife. The knives are sick. What's up with the knives? You know, the curved knives.
I will say this. This does look bad, but like he also has just been freely doing this, so I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe he's because like guys like me who are very aware of Hasan are not. I did not know he was on like this level. I didn't know he was just like. Did he say that guy like runs the terrorist organization? He's just like casually chatting with the head of the. Like I guess, and I'm not against just chatting to anyone. It's the like cheerful nature and the bro-y nature with them that is odd. This is odd. Oh man, Hasan's an interesting guy.
If one of those knives comes out in front of you, it's not going back until it has blood on it.
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, I mean, I think it's cool though. That's so crazy. So they're just chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
The crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
That's so funny. I'm a journalist, okay? This is journalism. It's so weird. Motherfuckers want journalism, and when I'm trying to do journalism, they go, "Why are you doing that?" What do you mean? I'm just chilling. We're just vibing. Yeah, we're just vibing. We're vibing big time.
Hasan uncritically interviewed this kid for about an hour. It was the most brazen display of disgusting terrorist propaganda
that I have maybe ever seen in Western media.
What has happened to, does he know what has happened to any of the crews? Like, I heard they...
Hasan almost asked a good question, but it's actually leading to the most obscene part of this interview.
He's saying he hasn't spent much time with Chinese people, but one of the captain was...
It's obviously not that bad if someone famous can't. Yeah, you know what? There are context clues on there where it's like, I feel like Hasan would have been, more like looked into, or we would have heard about that maybe. I don't know. But that's an interesting point. I hear what you're saying.
Chinese, and he did clot with them, and he danced some music with them, and he was vibing. So he likes him, yeah.
So, I mean, what... That's so crazy. So they're just chilling with the captains? Like, I don't understand.
Ask yourself, why is he able to hang out with the captain and the crew of this pirated ship? Why would he even have access to that? Hasan knows why. Of course, he is a Houthi terrorist. Instead of challenging him and demanding more details about these kidnapped and missing people, he just runs defense for this guy, acting like he doesn't know why that would even happen.
He's saying that they win over the crews on these ships, and they like win them over with their charm, and they make them hate America and the U.S. government.
That's so funny.
It is super funny, the idea of kidnapped crew members who are being forced, probably at gunpoint, to do some death to Americas and maybe some curse upon the Jews. And frankly, the callous disregard for the well-being of the literal hostages is shocking, even for somebody that loves terrorists.
That's so funny. Is there a KFC there? They're everywhere. I don't think there's a KFC in Yemen, dog.
He says they have two.
Oh, they do have KFC in Yemen? That's crazy. Okay, that's sick.
Is there a KFC in Yemen? No way, dude! Holy fuck! There's a...
Ethan's doing a very dumb thing right now where he's like micro analyzing and critiquing every little moment that's happening. So he's taking like the small, like, it's whatever, you know, like the fucking, they're like I mean, that is like surprising. I literally thought he was gonna say no, and the fact that there's 2 KFCs in Yemen is actually crazy. But you know, if you sorry, I'm Googling KFC Yemen, by the way. I found their Facebook page. Yeah, that's crazy. That's KFC Yemen. That's so funny. What's their likes like? Only 50? But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, he's like how I was with the annoying people in the chat. He is hyper focusing on every little thing. And you know how it really ruined the flow? Because I decided to hyper focus on that? This is ruining the credibility of his argument. See? I can be humble and acknowledge my faults.
The KFC in Yemen! He's just like us!
Does he know what One Piece is?
What if he's been watching it since he was a kid.
The whole way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. That's fire.
It is actually crazy he's fanning out over this guy. I gotta double check though. Is this guy actually like, I was distracted when he got brought up. Was he actually like definitely the leader of the terrorist organization, or is he just like, oh, he lives over there and sympathizes with the Houthis? I missed that part.
That's so fire. Oh my God. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
You guys all remember Luffy's flag, right? Now, I'm only halfway through that show, so maybe I just haven't come to it yet. But I do not remember Luffy's flag looking like this. Predictably, there was some blowback after this interview, and Hasan went immediately into damage control to rewrite history.
He said that he was just simply a Yemeni person and not a Houthi. Yeah, I mean, we don't even know if he's a Houthi or not. He's a teenager in Yemen. The dude is neither a Houthi, nor a terrorist, nor a pirate, is not a Houthi rebel. They didn't fucking call him a Houthi either. You want to know why? Because he's not one. He's not a Houthi himself. He's not a pirate, but You know, I don't think he's not a pirate. He has reiterated the position that he is not a Houthi. Trust me, bro, I'm not Houthi. Be for real. You sucked him off the entire stream. Not even a Houthi militant or anything like that. When I interviewed the dude who they still to this day call a Houthi terrorist, Tim Houthi's not even a fucking Houthi. I thought he wasn't a Houthi because he's not. No, he was just some fucking Yemeni TikToker. Random fucking Yemeni teenager. Didn't you brand it as him being a Houthi interview, though? Bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. What do you mean?
All right, let's just take Hasan's word for it and assume.
Oh, my God. I don't know if that's selectively edited, but that's hilarious. That's so funny. He was glazing him pretty fucking hard. That is like annoying though. When you like, well, I guess if he's lying, people are gonna bring it up more.
Assume, okay, this kid is not a Houthi rebel. He's just some ordinary Yemen teenager. Let's go ahead and take a look at his social media.
Where's the proof that the guy is Houthi? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention when they got brought up, but yeah, I don't know.
And see if that lines up. All right, let's see here. Tel Aviv will burn in the coming hours.
Wait, are you still here? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. You didn't leave after your time out. I appreciate that.
Ready for sacrifice and eager for martyrdom. Maybe he's talking about football? Here he is singing a song with the words, "Do you threaten us with what we are waiting for, son of a Jew?" The meaning of Houthi is a title, and it's not something to fear, but for the Jews. They are very afraid of this title. The execution we will carry out on all Zionists, with the lovely depiction of a man impaled through his asshole and out of his mouth with a pike, or how Hasan likes to say it, a pike for a cut. Okay, why would he retweet this article called "Houthis Use Social Media to Boost Global Prominence and Support"? Israel falls. Wait for the new operation.
Dude, this modern version of this is so fucking weird. Where you just have hot influencers helping out a terrorist organization. I'm so glad none of this shit gets on my timeline. I did not know any of this shit existed. I'm still thrown off when I see, like we were saying before, they were like when you see GoPro footage in fucking Ukraine, they're like, wait, they got GoPros in war now? What? Like, I'm still on that shit. Hey, why you being mean, Mr. Gamer? Oh. I see what you're saying. Okay. See what the fuck I said on your previous stream? Hasan constantly doubles down, downplays whenever he's wrong. Yeah, because he's all about the mission. You know what I mean? He's all about the mission, not the act. Like, he's about the goal the mission they're trying to accomplish. He's not about. So it's like he does that, going, it's good to interview this guy, and then he just like, oh, does that look bad on me? Well, let me downplay it and try to like get everyone to forget. He's such a shitty political. Yeah.
Tel Aviv, the Jaffa drone, which no Israeli defense can stop. The ships we bombed and sank. I know the red arrows.
That's a butt plug.
Supposed to be a cool military Hamas thing. This is a butt plug. Just saying.
I agree,
to every
Ian.
Zionist, I will put this into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and Zionist is clearly interchangeable to this guy. Okay, but hating Jews doesn't make you a Houthi. Are you?
I mean, he's pretty hot though. Like, are we that mad?
Your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and Zionist is clearly interchangeable to this guy. Okay, but hating Jews doesn't make you a Houthi. Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive. You know what makes you a Houthi? Being a Houthi. At least one of the two of them is being honest about it.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. That's fire. And that's so fire. Oh my God. We think the Houthis is doing what Luffy would do. They're tweeting an image of a Jewish person on a pike. I don't understand why this problem can't be approached with nuance. Because he is a teenager in Yemen, dude.
Talk about the bigotry of low expectations. He's a kid in Yemen, dude. What do you expect? Of course he's going to want to put a pike through a Jew's ass.
I'm gonna hear him out, but I get where he's coming from, cause like Ian's trying to take this shit like super literal, and you're like, well, this could be a Yemen 4chan shit poster type guy. You know what I mean? You know, it's not good, but there is an argument for it's like, dude, like I always say, you know, I when I was younger and I didn't know no better and I didn't know a lot of people outside of my sort of socioeconomical situation, I'd look at like drug dealers and gang members like, how could you do that? That's fun. And then I like got older and I met more people and I watched documentaries. I learned more shit and I go, oh yeah, if I grew up in the hood, I'd be in a gang in a second. I'd be dealing drugs in a second. You know what I mean? Like I was watching The Wire, and this isn't when I like figured it out, but I figured it out before that. But I was watching The Wire recently, and I was just like, just watching it, like, oh yeah, dude. If I grew up in those flop houses in the hood, and oh my god, I'd be slinging dope, dude, in a second. So it's like, there is, generally speaking, I don't know fuck all about this kid except what Ian's just been telling me and shit like that. But I will say there is an argument for like being a product of your environment. So you got to kind of like, you got to remember that. Is it good to post pictures of pikes up Jews' asses? No. It's very not chill. But the argument in general still stands in my book.
Asshole and through his mouth. That's just what kids in Yemen are like.
I'm freedom fighting for you, girl. Yeah, baby girl. I'm a freedom fight for you, sweetie pie.
Man.
And also, what do you mean? It's just a person on a pike. There's no Jewish person on a pike on that photo unless I saw something different.
Hasan claims this isn't even a Jewish person on the pike. How exactly is a naked, piked person supposed to look like a Jew for you, Hasan? You know what? You're right. Let me make it a little clearer for you. First, he needs a bigger nose, right, Hasan? Of course, he needs a yarmulke, the curly things. Oh, look, Hasan, he dropped his dreidel. He must be Jewish for sure. Or, you could just read what he wrote, you dumbass, liar, terrorist-loving, propagandist piece of shit.
This is why this entire conversation is fucking idiotic. It's not a Jewish person. He said, why am I held accountable for some random fucking 19-year-old in Yemen's tweets? What is happening?
Because you fucking sucked his dick, dude. You were like, dude, you're just like Luffy from One Piece. It's like, dude, that's actually crazy. But I will say this. Ian is making a good argument for Hasan being a terrorist sympathizer. He's making a fair argument. Ian being racist. Remind me of Chris the Narc. Dude openly stated on stream that back when he was a stoner in college, he used to watch David Pakman. Doesn't watch him or the other political content creators from then anymore. Yeah. I used to I watched, not with any regularity. When I first started to get interested in politics, I was a super, super duper lefty. It's funny. It's actually Legion of Skanks is a direct reason why I'm a libertarian. It wasn't like Legion of Skanks the show. It was like Legion of Skanks, then Finding Dave, and then yada, yada, yada. I'm annoying, autist. What's up, boys? But no, I remember I used to watch when I didn't know fuck all and I was just like your run-of-the-mill college leftist. I used to listen. Actually, shout out Jamie Kilstein. It was funny. I met him at Skankfest one year, and I was like, yo, dude, I'm a big fan. I was like, you're the reason you were the first dude I listened to when I got into politics and shit like that. And he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Because this was like after the canceling and all that other shit. And he came back and he was like, I'm cool now. All that kind of shit. Which a lot of people gave. Don't get me wrong. I've heard a lot of stuff about Jamie Kilstein. I think he's a fucking. Because he's like religious now. It's kind of odd and random. Because like he was like. He's literally posting. I think he just gets obsessive over whatever he likes. But he was literally being like, when you're a Christian rolling in jiu-jitsu. And you're like, that's too many crossovers, brother. That's too many crossovers. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think because everyone acted like when Jamie Kilstein came back to shit, he was like, I'm right wing now, and it's like, no, he still had a lot of the same opinions. I just think he didn't go along with all the woke shit anymore because the woke shit canceled him, and he was like, oh, and then he probably had like self-reflection and realized all that woke shit was crazy. But like I still saw him on stuff, and he was still like a ultra lefty about shit. But yeah, I used to listen to his podcast with his wife like a bunch. And then over time, it's just like those arguments are very like super lefty socialist type arguments are very enticing when you first get into politics. And then if you actually like put them up against like the real world and society and all this other shit, and like you put them against other arguments, they just, from my perspective, they just kind of like fall flat and just don't have a lot of like fucking weight behind them. And also too, it's not like, they're never like direct about solutions and shit. It's just a lot of like colorful language and stuff that also was unappealing to me. And yeah, just over time, it just kind of fell flat, and like all the like libertarian shit made a lot more sense to me. Doesn't watch him or the other political. Oh, but I did watch, not like super hardcore or anything, but I did watch David Pacman's stuff. Pacman. I did watch David Pacman a little bit. Politics has never been my forte interest. Too many extremist virtue signaling for my taste. Yeah, I don't know. I was always intrigued with politics because I noticed bad people or dumb people or uninformed people can really use politics for their advantage and really make the world worse. And I was always like, well, what if, because like people who have good politics usually just want to hang out and not be bothered, but they don't realize the dorks who have really bad politics are very involved in the system, and they will actively with, they think they're helping, but they will actively like make your, situation worse because they're the ones who get involved in politics and they pass bad policies that feel nice but actually are bad when put into like real world application and shit like that. And it just like, I don't know, it always like drove me insane. And also too, the more I started learning, the more I started realizing the general agreed upon sort of perception of reality was like kind of wrong. And I just got a thing up my ass because I'm gay. I got a thing up my ass because fucking, it was just like all these people that would like talk to you like you're fucking stupid were like wrong all the time. And not just being like, I know everything. No, just like COVID's a great example. How many people were so fucking condescending to you if you didn't wear a mask all the time? Or if like you didn't want to get the fucking shot? Or you didn't like, you weren't social distancing. And it's like all this little shit. Or like, oh, God forbid you wanted to go outside. And then like we get more information about COVID and you find out like the mask shit was made up. And if you didn't have, an N95 and you were standing perfectly still, like that was the only time the mask worked, like shit like that. And then, the social distancing thing was completely made up. The vaccine wasn't as safe as we thought it was. They told you the lab leak theory was racist, and then people found out like that's 100. It was so funny. Lab leak is racist. You know what happened? Because these fucking Chinese eat bats. That's what happened. You're like, that's actually 1,000% more racist. Yeah, it's like the lab leak theory ended up being real. Vaccine was a little bit skeptic, like a little bit, I don't know if that's as good as you think it is. And then being outside, getting vitamin D and exercising was actually way better than staying inside drinking and ordering Uber Eats. And it's just like, dude, if you were the guy, if you just were the guy who knows the common wisdom, it's like, that was a lot of people during COVID. And if you weren't wearing a mask, it was just like, it was in a lot of sectors of society. It was just like, oh yeah, you're a fucking piece of shit if you don't want to wear a mask. You're a piece of shit if you don't socially distance. You're a piece of shit if you want to go on vacation. You're a fucking piece of shit racist if you think it was a lab leak and shit like that. And like most of the big shit about COVID was wrong. Oh, if you don't like protest, well, you're actually racist. And those protests were don't ignore the literal fires you see on TV. It was mostly peaceful. It's like all that kind of stuff. Just all that was wrong. And you were considered like an extremist or a conspiracy theorist. Like the common wisdom was completely wrong on all the big things during COVID. And it's like, I was sort of like tinkering with that beforehand, and like COVID kind of like solidified it. And I realized, I'm like, oh, those are the people that make the world worse. It's not just the big bad people like, it's not just like the big bad people up at the top. They do make the world worse, but it's all the other people that kind of like let it happen. And it made me like, I don't even know if like politics is my main thing. Because I don't even necessarily, like, I just like being informed. It's like I like being informed more so than I'm like, because like when Ethan right now, he's making this video, to bring it back to this, Ethan's making this video because he wants to pwn Hasan. He's not making it because he gives a fucking shit. Because it's like Hasan's not causing any problems with his fucking goofy fucking hot guy Twitch stream. He's not causing problems. But it's like, you know, these guys do this because they want to fucking, they basically want to do their version of, they want to own the libs or they want to own the Republicans and shit like that. I just want to be informed because I go like, oh, if you're not informed, then bad people will help ruin the world more than it is now. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not active in this shit, bad people can easily fucking take shit over. And there's not enough fucking, I don't know. I don't know if I'm a good person, but I know the good shit. And it's like, so I get galvanized behind that. But it's like, I don't know. If everything was like figured out, I'd probably just lift weights and play the drums. Have a couple Coors Lights, watch the football game, watch some wrestling. I'm going to do that today. But I don't know. I like at a certain point, I just identified how much people like, and it's like nothing personal. I think they'd all be fun to hang out with. Maybe not Destiny. He'd probably try to suck my dick. I'm good on that. I don't care that he wants to blow Nazis, but I'm good on that for me. But like on a personal level, Hasan's probably chill to hang out with. Ethan's probably fine at a party. But like, their existence online is just a huge detriment to the world. It just is. And I don't know. Maybe it's bold of me to be like, I'll be one of those guys and I'll make everyone know they're fucking stupid. But I don't know. I don't know. I find some of this stuff interesting. It is just interesting to figure out how the world works. Silence and violence people are the worst. Yeah, they're fucking stupid. That's not true. Silence is violence is not true. Because sometimes, like, if you speak about something you don't know what you're talking about and then people believe you, you've made the world worse. So, silence, when you don't know what you're talking about, is actually preferable. Ian is also virtue signaling so fucking hard. You know he's got some terrible skeletons hiding somewhere. Yeah. Well, it's like I did it earlier in the stream. Within 5 seconds, I can bring up a clip. Within 5 seconds, I can bring up a clip of him busting out hard N-bombs. I enjoy a healthy discourse, but so many of them will poison the well. That's why I prefer staying out of those conversations. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. There's a lot of these political people that just want to debate because they want to pwn the other person. If you're like don't get me wrong, like the people who were in chat earlier that were being fucking annoying, that's part of the reason why I didn't fucking ignore them, because I was like, I want to embarrass you. I want to make you guys look like dickheads. We all have that like fucking impulse going into shit. But at the end of the day, I just want to have conversations and figure out the truth. So like, that's the other part. Like when I'm in public, I don't go, unless someone makes it very clear that they also really want to talk about whatever the shit might be. I don't get into it with them because I don't care. I don't care like that. I do this shit all day, and then I go on podcasts, and then when I'm like hanging out in the real world, I want to talk to you about a TV show I just watched or some shit like that. Now, don't get me wrong. If you pull up to me and I find out you're a fellow conspiracy bro, I mean, you're getting your ear talked off, buddy boy.
Happening? How many steps removed are we from this situation?
0? I mean, you platformed him. Do you not remember? Did the check not clear or something? When faced with fair criticism for his coverage of the Houthi Luffy, he has a total meltdown.
I fucking despise all of you, dude. I do. I really do. I hate all of you. You successfully got me to talk about this, and my patience is running thin on this matter. The endless selfishness, the untapped well of American selfishness and American individualism is in full display. How is this the conversation that you want to have right now?
One of the most cynical methods Hasan deploys to sidestep any criticism is to deflect to the ongoing genocide in Gaza. I've seen him do this so many times. He frames it like you are selfish for trying to criticize him, no matter what the reason is, because there's a genocide happening, man. How can you criticize me at a time like this?
Claiming that I am, too pro-Houthi. When someone is like focusing on that while there's an active fucking ethnic cleansing campaign happening. He also apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life. In the middle of fucking talking about fucking genocide in Gaza, and this dumb fuck. Blow your nose, brother. Love you. Not trying to be mean. Just keep some tissue nearby and clear it out occasionally when needed. Much love. Fuck you, dude. My argument sucks? You think it justifies genocide? What are you, stupid?
Wait, is he trying to say it's like not a genocide? Because I agree with this will be a shocker. I agree with Dave Smith on something. No, but Dave put it the best where he was like, you could make the argument, but I don't like to dip my toes in those waters because it's not clear that it's a definite genocide, but it's one of those things where you're like, hey, if you call it one, I get why you're calling it. I'm not gonna, but I could understand you seeing that as genocide. We all kind of could. It's really not. It might be sloppy language, and you might be opening yourself up for simple criticism, but calling it a genocide is not that crazy.
Year-old in Yemen's tweets. What is happening? How many steps removed? My patience of America
is to genocide happen. Ongoing genocide in Gaza. I've seen him do this so many times. He frames it like you are selfish for trying to criticize him, no matter what the reason is, because there's a genocide happening, man. How can you?
This content nuke was so terrible. Yeah, it was. Now, I will say, he is kind of making an argument that Hasan sympathized with terrorists. I don't think it's a clear, Hasan's a fucking piece of shit. He's a piece of shit for other reasons. Well, I don't even think he's a piece of shit. I'll take that. I'm just being funny. I'll take that back. He's making an interesting argument about, the way he's kind of, he did kind of glaze up that dude in that interview. But also, at the end of the day, it's like, oh, here's my content nuke. Did you know Hasan is making cliched pro-Palestine arguments, and I'm making cliched pro-Israel arguments? Now, I will say, Ian is a little bit more level-headed than Hasan. I'm intentionally getting their names wrong. It's very fun to do that. I don't want you guys thinking I'm retarded. Ian's more subtle. What's a better one to call Hasan? Hasan? Let's call him Hasan. But that's racist because he's got a name like that, and if you don't say it right, you're fucking racist. You're like, what if my white face won't let me say it right? But yeah. Oh yeah, but it's like, yeah, and then Ian is just making he's more level-headed than your average Zionist, but he's still making very basic Zionist arguments. You're like, this is actually substantially more milquetoast than you thought it was going to be, Ian. Content was so terrible. It's definitely a mostly one-sided murder spree being carried out by a country with much more financial and political power. That's fair, yeah. There's plenty of fair points. It's a little bit, it's a little underwhelming though. Like when you call something content nuke and then this is the way you present it, it's like, he clip chimps so many of the basic points, lots of out of context stuff. Yeah. So I'd be curious which parts specifically. I kind of pointed out a few that I could tell. I don't know Hasan's opinions specific enough to know what he took out of context, so I'd be very curious. Damn, my man likes Zins. Good for him.
Criticize.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, you get a couple beers in Hasan, he pops us in, he calls shit gay. He's one of the bros, dude. He's fucking chill. I think you get the pass if you say the name like you're struggling to pronounce it rather than outright saying it wrong. Yeah, that's true. And I've made it very clear I can say Hasan's name right. The part where Hasan is shitting on liberals and Ian is taking offense to it, the best part. Oh yeah, that was real. Yeah, that I remember that part. That felt very like. Yeah, it's also like, dude, you got to remember too, Hasan literally streams like 8 to 10 hours most days of the week. and he's showing us fucking 3-second clips sometimes. It's like, brother, like the best way to do this would be to just have a conversation with Hasan, because it's like, that's my thing. They'll take a lot of these clips of these streamers and stuff, and it's so easy. Don't get me wrong, Hasan said a lot of dumb shit, but it's so easy to take this shit out of context. Brother, I said some dumb shit. You know what I mean?
It's me at a time.
I said a bunch of dumb shit on this stream today. The I don't care about grapes on October 7th clip was out of context. The context was grapes happening to Israelis by Hamas doesn't give Israel a right to do genocide. Yeah, and that's a fair opinion.
Like this.
That's the thing. I disagree with Hasan on a lot of shit, but he's pretty good on Israel-Palestine, generally speaking, from what I've seen. You know, maybe, yeah.
Claiming that I am, you know, too pro-Houthi. When someone is like focusing on that.
Keep the mustache, brother. Ooh, confirm Crip. Hasan for Crip.
While there's an active fucking ethnic cleansing campaign happening. He also apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life. In the middle of fucking talking about fucking genocide in Gaza, and this dumb fuck.
Is he streaming on the top of an arena? That visual is actually kind of fucking sick.
Blow your nose, brother. Love you. Not trying to be mean. Just keep some tissue nearby and clear it out occasionally when needed. Much love.
See, this kind of shit drives me. I will say this. Going forward, please just call me a dumb fuck idiot than being condescending. I mean, if you want to get me triggered, I'm giving you the secrets, guys. Be very that drives me. I don't care what your opinion is. Don't just respect me enough to call me a fucking F slur. Blow your nose, brother. Love you. Not trying to be mean. Just keep some tissue nearby and clear it out occasionally when needed. Oh, is he just telling him he's got a boogie?
Middle of fucking talking about fucking genocide in Gaza, and this dumb fuck. Blow your nose, brother. Love you. Not trying to be mean. Just keep some tissue nearby and clear it out occasionally when needed. Much love. Fuck you, dude. My argument sucks? You think it justifies genocide? What are you, stupid? Everything that can be tangentially turned into like Jewish people are under attack is a decent way to just like drive discourse away from open genocide in Gaza. If your sole focus when Israel is doing a complete genocide in
Oh yeah, I realized that afterwards. Yeah, he was just telling him to blow his nose. Yeah, I read that wrong initially.
Gaza, if your sole focus revolves around that people are saying you're a Zionist, yeah, go fucking yell at streamers for not covering sufficiently the ongoing active genocide in Gaza instead of coming in here and fucking chirping at me.
It's quite a charge to just say I'm a stenographer of the Israeli government or I'm a propagandist. I don't think there's any evidence I'm either of those things. I'm curious who you think I am doing the propaganda for.
While we're having this conversation, 3,000 peers, while we're having this back and forth, 3,840 Palestinians have been ruthlessly slaughtered in the last incursion into Gaza. I feel like this is an incredibly selfish, self-centered conversation to have.
This technique is so powerful because everyone is afraid of being labeled as a genocide denier. Pierce Morgan, with decades of experience, immediately surrenders when the genocide card is pulled.
When you're just a fucking stenographer, you're not a truth teller.
He has every right to defend himself. And grow a pair, Pierce. Stand up for yourself, man. It's time to stop being intimidated.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing too. That's why, not to bring it back to earlier, but that's what I was trying to do, where I was like, they'll be like I try to ignore the name calling and go like, no, this is what's happening. I'm letting you, like, this is what's happening. Stop trying to fucking, because that's what people try to do when they don't have a good point, is they try to like name call and they try to like tease you, and they immediately go into like Mean Girls, or just like, because honestly what Hasan just did there is like a girl technique. Just being like, just try to like appeal to your emotion and make you feel sad when it's like, well, no, can we have a real adult conversation about facts? It sounds cold, but you almost need to be a little like, you still need to have some like emotion to it because you're talking about real human beings, but like you can't get like, this whole thing of like, well, we're talking about genocide, so I can't believe you would do that, Paris. It's like, dude, you're gay. Chat normally tries to. Well, that's good to know, because I could easily be in Hasan's position down the line. I'm not easy to get worked up. Hasan's such a spineless pussy who's weaponizing the genocide as a shield against criticism. Yeah. Well, I mean, it goes back to my point I was making earlier, where he's just constantly like, he knows the mission, and he's staying on course. So he's just and like when you call, it's actually kind of from a strategic standpoint, it's kind of brilliant, because he it's like he's unbothered. It's actually impressive how unbothered he is. He's like, he's not above or below? No. Like, he has no qualms about, see how I fucking sidestepped that? I forgot how the phrase went. But he's got no qualms about lying about shit. Or just like, yeah, lying about what he said, or misrepresenting what he said, or it's about like getting the job done. Now, it's our job as people to not forget things and shit like that. I don't understand why people react so defensively and scared to get labeled a sympathizer or a racist. Why don't they ironically lean into it? People get scared because most people are more worried about like what the group thinks about. And it is important to have the group, the quote unquote group, to like you, but people, because a lot of times too, actually, Louis J. Gomez, he had a great, when Shane got canceled initially with SNL, Lewis had a great way of putting it, where before Shane was sort of like embraced and brought back and was like started to get, you know, when he was just kind of like, he was doing his, like everything was going good. He got a shit ton of like podcasts, but he was still like, he was unproven in the market yet. A lot of people they just knew him as the guy who got canceled from SNL. They didn't know who he was. So he was a little unproven in the market yet, and he was still getting out there. So there was that like gray area where, and he wasn't like big like he is now. And so like he wasn't getting more, you know, now he's sponsored by Bud Light and he's doing shit with Post Malone because, you know, he doesn't have, and the way Lewis phrased it is he got like comedy herpes. And then people are kind of being like, you know, if you think of like doing the deal or doing deals or stuff as fucking or whatever, it's like, oh, people don't really want to fuck with him like that right now because he's kind of got herpes, he's kind of got cooties on him. And that's what people, you know, a lot of people don't want to really look at what's happening. They just catch the vibe, because sometimes catching the vibe's more efficient and you don't have all the time to do all the research for everything. So if you can control the vibe and put cooties on someone, they get afraid of that because they think everyone else is gonna fucking catch on to that. Like, perfect example, do you remember the what the fuck was her name? Gun girl. I forget her name. Yeah, Caitlyn Bennett, which hammers. And now I'm no like fan of her. She makes these like super annoying videos where she's like goes to college and she's like, "So you're a dumb fucking liberal? Are you trans? You stupid bitch?" You know what I mean? She makes like annoying man on the street videos. I mean, but also too, like, you know, decent hammers, you know what I'm saying? So be nicer to her, guys. So, but her thing, right there, what you just said, how do you say that? Celerate? Poop girl. Never prove, like, that's never, no one has ever double checked to see if that's real or not. It just caught on. So if you see her,
person that,
shut the fuck up. I don't care about your list. Celerate. Oh, is that what? Oh, Celerate. Yeah.
Let's get.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not on my paid account. AW. Yeah. So you know, hell yeah, dude. Not bad. Whoever, this is a college, right? Yeah, not bad, dude. Oh, I wonder if they delete comment. Oh shit. They're not saying poop girl on the YouTube comments. Maybe their YouTube's a little bit more of just their fans. But I would see it on Twitter all the time. I wonder if on Twitter, not X, wonder if I search her name. Whitechapel fan. That's kind of cool.
No, it smells like pee-pee and poo-poo in here.
Exactly. Second post, poo-poo. So that's just like a thing about her. You know what I mean? And, you know, none of her fans are saying that. It's just people that have, like, chosen to hate on her. I will say this, though, not to, like, blame her, but I think, because she does kind of suck ass at times, she is doing, like, right-wing rage bait and shit like that. She does a lot of that, so she kind of, like, she encourages that, like, she puts a lot of negativity out into the world, so she kind of, like, encourages that negativity to a degree, so shit like that kind of comes her way, pardon the pun, but at the same time, it's just, like, sometimes a thing will just stick. But now that I'm saying it out loud, because she does kind of lack substance to her, I think when you become more, you have a little bit more substance, people can't just pigeonhole you to one thing. You know, and then you get a bigger fan base and people just know you for more shit. I swear I saw the pic. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. For me, it's just, I heard so many people mention it, and it was just, I never saw any evidence. It was just like some rumor that she happened to her at a college party, but it just caught on. And I think a lot of times people are afraid that something will just catch on, and then they'll have cooties forever and shit like that.
Intimidated by these online overnight activists who couldn't even point to Gaza on a map before October 7th. Like Hasan, for example.
Doesn't know where Yemen is? Okay, I'm gonna click close. I'm closing it. I'm closing it. I think nope. Got it.
How can you claim to actually care about this genocide when you're willing to so cynically exploit it to sidestep any criticism? What a bigot. Before we move on, Hasan has one final taste of idiocy for us all to enjoy.
Now this kid is like, I think he was like 19 at the time when I talked to him. Which means that for most of his life,
he must have gotten a lot of shit for this. Because there's a lot of clips of him defending this interview.
He has withstood genocide, right? Like he is a person whose only experience is like, it's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically. Okay, being able to talk to Anne Frank in real time.
To quote Anne Frank,
yeah, that's probably not the best analogy, but what are you gonna do?
I keep my ideals because in spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. Anne Frank continues to inspire generations of people because in the face of a genocide that eventually took her and her entire family's life, except for her dad, she refused to give in to hate, malice, and violence. And then there's this guy, who would have killed Anne Frank if he ever met her.
You might think this is a sweet, innocent girl. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys we are working on a new edition just for you, Hasan. You should hear about the time she went roaming the streets of Berlin at night with a knife, slitting the throats of families, including children, babies, and the elderly. She's killed children, you guys. She even rapes people. She's just like Luffy. There is no other way to describe this than terrorist propaganda. Not only is he platforming terrorist propaganda, right, uncritically, he's participating in it. He's enhancing it. He is not just a conduit. He is an active participant who's disseminating it to more and more people in a way more consumable form. This is extremely fucked up. But why should he care? Their flag doesn't say death to fucking Turks. It says...
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know about the whole... Have you ever heard the conspiracy that like her dad wrote most of that book? I don't know how true that is, but I've heard that more than once. You bet she would have beat her kids. Yeah, maybe.
Curse upon the Jews. Hasan likes to obfuscate on this and says, nobody cares when Sean Penn interviewed El Chapo.
Sean Penn literally interviewed El Chapo. Exactly, dude.
Nobody is saying you can't have difficult conversations with controversial people. You just have to ask them hard questions, guys. We know this. Now let's move on to everybody's favorite terrorist organization, our friends in the north. It's Hezbollah. Where do I even begin? Thousands of civilians have been killed globally from their terrorist acts, car bombs, and suicide attacks. They even assassinated the Lebanese prime minister. They've hijacked civilian airplanes. They've shot 15,000 rockets into civilian centers. And if you can imagine, that's not even the worst things they've done. They participated in the slaughter of over 500,000 Syrian civilians to help a dictator, Bashar Assad, stay in power. They indiscriminately bombed over civilian centers, and they killed hundreds of thousands of civilians in what can only be described as a genocide. They are a designated terrorist group by the US, by the EU, and...
Yeah, Ian's still yammering. Yeah, what you playing, Dunbar?
Oh yeah, the entire Arab League, which gave them that status after their participation in the Syrian genocide. In short, nobody likes them. Well, there is one person.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization.
Do we like them or no?
They are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well, like
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just say.
This is Hezbollah's leader, Hasan Nasrallah. According to Hasan Piker, this man is a brilliant freedom fighter. But before we get into that, let's see how he feels about Jewish people. Here are some choice quotes from Hezbollah's leader, Hasan.
Do we have to do this? I mean, I respect the thoroughness, but like, do we have to go into detail on like, wait a minute. Are you telling me Hezbollah's leader doesn't like Jews? Oh, man.
Nasrallah. According to Shaul Shai, Hasan Nasrallah said in a speech delivered in Beirut, what do the Jews want? They want security and money. Throughout history, the Jews have been Allah's most cowardly and avaricious creatures. If you look all over the world, you will find no one more miserly or greedy than they are.
I don't have an issue with.
Hey, Flip Almighty, thanks for the follow 25 minutes ago. My notifications are not working, so I did not see that, and I apologize. Another shameless plug. If you guys haven't, please consider subscribing to the channel. It would make me very happy. And also, please check out the YouTube channel. Just hit that subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 follows so I can monetize it and make a couple extra bucks. And I could be a fucking gay political streamer for a living. Wouldn't you guys like that for me?
If we search the entire world for a person more cowardly, despicable, weak, and feeble in psyche, mind, ideology, and religion, we would not find anyone like the Jew. Notice, I do not say Israeli.
I don't have an issue with them.
If Jews all gathered in Israel, it will save us the trouble of going after them worldwide. The history of Jews has proven that, regardless of the Zionist proposal, they are a people who are evil in their ideas. The state of the grandsons of apes and pigs, the Zionist Jew. The murderers of the prophet. The Jews invented the legend of the Nazi atrocities.
I don't have an issue with them.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen. You have to remember something, okay? A lot of these dudes, you see them in their fucking fits, and you hear about like some of their attitudes about like gay people, for example, and you immediately fucking resort to Orientalist perspectives, not realizing that these motherfuckers are better read than you by a million. Okay? Like, it's not a broken clock situation. No, dude. Half of these dudes literally get educated in America and in the UK. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
The more you learn,
this is why it's Orientalist to literally look at these dudes and go, oh no, they're fucking barbaric baboons, and like sometimes they get this shit right. No, dude, he knows. It's crazy. He's read more books than you could ever imagine. Knowledge. And also, ultimately, he is, regarded as a pretty brilliant person in terms of like everything that he's done, you might not agree with his methods. You might not agree with his attitude overall in terms of like,
yeah, this is he needs to chill. Yeah, this is really like finding the ending, filling in the middle, like I was saying before. This is what makes you end up doing goofy shit like this.
in terms of his his opinions on civil liberties and shit like that. But ultimately, this motherfucker has read a shit ton of books.
Knowledge. I feel I've shown you guys enough evidence that Hezbollah is an evil terrorist organization, but
yes, move on to more fun stuff.
But have you considered this?
What you meant to say is Hezbollah is Muslim. Okay? That's what you meant to say. What you meant to say is they're Muslim. So, of course, as they're Muslim, it's different.
If you're wondering why Hasan's audience is so radicalized, it's because of stuff like this.
Israel, America's greatest ally, the most important country in the world, the most moral nation, the most moral democracy on the planet, is ruthlessly and mercilessly bombing southern Lebanon, including southern Beirut.
What did Lebanon do?
They just kind of were there. They happen to be Israel's neighbor.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Even as someone who's critical of Israel, this retelling is fucking insane.
They just kind of were there.
Hezbollah started launching rockets into Israel hours after the October 7th raid began. They launched 12,000 rockets, killed nearly 100 people, including 12 children, and displaced 250,000 Israelis from northern Israel. That's what caused them to respond.
What did Lebanon do?
Shit. Why did he ask that? What do I say? Do I tell him the real reason? No, my audience will kill me for being a Zionist. Okay, let's try this. They just kind of were there. Hell yeah, another slick political saved by boots on the ground Hasan Piker. Damn, I'm good.
Even as a pro-Palestine activist, how does lying about this serve your agenda? All it does is further radicalize people. It removes any nuance, and it avoids any criticism for his team. And this is what continues to drive this conflict on forever. Hasan is dedicated to pleasing his radical audience, even at the price of knowingly lying to them for TikTok and Twitter likes.
I'm a propagandist.
Or he's being paid, which, you know, we can't rule out. What a pathetic propagandist piece of shit liar he is. And now, let's move to Hamas, the catalyst for this entire thing. They're the ones that committed this horrible act of terrorism, one of the worst the world has ever seen, on October 7th. They are without a doubt the most extreme of all of these terrorist organizations. They are Islamic jihadists that want to convert all of Israel into an Islamic state under Sharia law. That's their stated goal. Hamas has been on the designated terrorist group pretty much as long as there's been a group. These guys have been suicide bombing civilians before ISIS leaders were even born.
This video is so fucking long. I have stuff to do today. God damn it, Ethan. I might have to wrap it up soon because I do need to stop. I actually have an appointment to stop watching this. More like ham ass. Thank you, Dunbar. Thank you, brother.
Fired 50,000 rockets into civilian populations and performed over 100 suicide bombings, killing thousands of civilians. Women are restricted from participating in the workplace and public life. Homosexuality is outlawed, and in some cases, of course, punishable by death. They steal foreign aid from the people of Gaza and repurpose it for military use, or they just sell it back to them. For example, why are all the Hamas leaders billionaires? And let's be real, these guys clearly are not skipping any meals. While the people of Gaza languish in poverty, these fine gentlemen are living in multi-million-dollar penthouses in Qatar. That lines up with leftist values, or, well, they were billionaires. Because they're all dead. They're killed, they're all dead. Hamas is a bunch of psychopathic terrorists of the worst order. And nobody would be crazy enough to defend them. No, is this Islam again? Hasan defended Hamas? Seriously? Okay. We had to make last-minute changes to this part to prevent it from being age-restricted on YouTube.
I cut out the footage from Hamas, and I will attempt to narrate it for you as best I can. In this scene, an older woman is walking hand in hand with a girl who looks about 12. And as they're getting in the back of the van, one of the terrorists gives them a wave goodbye and says goodbye to them in English.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
And the two of them smiling wave back.
That's crazy, dog. Dude. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. That actually, okay, that's too much. That's more than I expect. Bro, every time they're releasing hostages, the next wave, they're going to be like, actually, I'm good. Like, I'm staying.
These hostages are being released at gunpoint by the people who likely murdered their family in front of them before kidnapping them. Hasan peddling this narrative that they're sad to leave their captors is beyond disgusting.
The next wave, they're going to be like, actually, I'm good.
It's plainly obvious these are traumatized victims who are scared for their life and doing what the terrorists are telling them to do in order to avoid any conflict on the way out. Oh, look at the sweet masked terrorist with his AK-47. He's so nice. Did you guys see how he waves goodbye?
Dude, okay, I'm going to be honest. This is some crazy PR. They look traumatized as fuck. Wait, what? Bro, they look like they're chilling.
This girl who had her foot blasted off on October 7th and then operated on without anesthesia or painkillers is so sorry to say goodbye to her captors. She's going to miss their hospitality. Like being raped and being watched showering and changing.
The next wave, they're going to be like, actually, I'm good. Like, I'm staying.
It's so obvious the terrorists are telling them what to do. Ethan, how can you say that? They look so happy. Keep waving. These morons forgot to cut out this part. Yes, that's a terrorist giving them an order to keep waving. And she does. See how fast she reacts? Totally.
All right. Because it's almost 4. I need to get stuff before the Royal Rumble starts. I can't watch. I don't know if I can watch any more of this. I don't know who's like this is gonna change opinions on. Did someone said earlier though, like, did you see Hasan's response? That's what I want to see. I want to try to see if there's like a clip of Hasan giving his opinion. But yeah, damn, we've gone 3.5 hours. Yeah, I don't know if I got much more in me on this. Wait, was there something else I was gonna click on? I can't remember. Let's see. Let's see if we got Hasan saying anything. So funny. Destiny's a rapist, Vouch is a pedophile, Hasan is a terrorist. Hell yeah, dude. Why is that like... I mean, I don't know. More power to you. More power to you, brother.
Anti-American, anti-Semitic.
Oh, you want some of this? You want some of this? Okay. Let me give it to you. Hold on.
Fucking pro-China.
Hasan Piker groomed me and I was neurodivergent minor at the ripe age of 40. I was a total fucking moron when I fell for it years ago, but now the rest of my brain developed.
And then I had a terrifying vision.
Not what that means.
Had I been duped? Was Hasan...
Me, a 40-year-old child, was duped by Hamas Piker. That's it. Hasan groomed me and I was a neurodivergent minor at the ripe age of 40. I was a total fucking moron when I fell for it a year ago, but now, thankfully...
A mix, because I agree with her, but she also has the camera dynamic, so you can see her fat tits. If you notice, hot girls with big tits on Twitch do that. They change, like, because you see how I got it like this. They basically put it like that so you can, bunch of Andes in that lady's chat. What? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dunbar. You're big. Oh, just because you let someone know they're a queen and you'd kiss their feet. Oh, you're what? What? You're a fucking dork now, Dunbar? What? No, but Twitch does that. I noticed it one time when I was like, I wanted to just watch like a Call of Duty streamer, and a lot of those chicks, it's hilarious. They change like I said before, how I have it like this. They go like that. They do like the TikTok angle, so you can see their fat tits. And there's something about that where I go, you're not wrong, but I am actively taking you less seriously. You changed the aspect ratio so I could look at your big fat titties. Nah, it's all good though, bro. I'm just fucking around. Right, we got one. And don't get me wrong, they're all beautiful queens that I can fix. You know what I mean? I just have to show them the way. They're all fucking. You just don't get them the way I do, is what I'm trying to say. Ethan raising awareness to how radical Hasan is and making it more mainstream is a massive W. Won't convince his radical fans, but hopefully it will put a stop to his mainstream media appearances and collabs. See, I mean, I hear what you're saying. Like, it is good to know that he's, well, it's, I don't know. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm so scared he's gonna, oh, she doesn't have her tits out. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. No boobies. What am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? No, I guess you're right. I'm not like sitting here like, yes, no one has to hear. I mean, Hasan, talk. It's just fucking. We got titties. Where are they? Show me your titties. Show me your boobs, Becky. All right, I'm getting weird. What am I doing right now? Is Hasan live? Hasanabi. What are you up to, buddy? Oh, he's watching it. He's watching it right now.
Oh, dude, why don't you watch the video? Okay. Why wouldn't you want me to just like debate the issues if the issues are related to me? You think I don't know the subject matter very well? I'm the fucking subject matter.
He's actually making a really good point. Because that's the other thing. Like, I will say this. I think I realized Hasan's a little more radical than I gave him credit for. But I'm really not that shocked about anything I saw in that video. And he's actually making a really good point where it's like, you didn't need to make an hour fucking long video about it. It's like, or hour and 43 minute video about this shit. It's like, dude, you could have probably been like, yo, I legitimately think there's a problem. Go debate Hasan and make him look stupid. And if you can't, learn more shit so then you can debate him and make him look stupid. That's why I don't debate people all the time. Or I haven't been, you don't see me debating people all the time. I think I know a lot of stuff, but I don't think I know the stuff in a way to make them make it look like they're wrong. You know what I mean? I'm not like, there's people, it's like, I don't know if I'm good at debates yet. I gotta learn more stuff. I gotta learn more stuff.
Okay, let's get.
All right. Hasan duping an elderly 40-year-old. Yeah, I mean, the funniest part about a lot of this is that like you can just straight up watch any number of different conversations that me and Ethan have had in this time frame and recognize that and recognize that there is holy fuck. My brain is so fried. A list of his lies if you want.
Am I better at this than Hasan? This is crazy. Hasan will not. Yeah, I've seen him do shit like that. where he like won't. He'll like avoid people.
A list of lies made by Ethan Klein. Ethan claims communism is on the rise. From Elon Nazi saluting at Trump's inauguration to the AfD in Germany, communism is clearly not on the rise. Hasan never introduced himself as a social democrat. Hasan talked about education programs, not re-education camps. Hasan never runs full defense of China, especially regarding their treatment of the Uyghurs.
That one was funny. Sorry, my fucking page is acting stupid. Hasan never. What did he say? Hasan never talked about education camps, just re-educate. Whatever the fuck it was. It was like, well, you're splitting hairs on that one. Yeah. I'm very curious. We might talk about this afterwards to sort of like, because I guess, yeah, Hasan's doing a stream right now. And, yeah, probably going to wait a day or two to see all the clipped up shit. Yeah, so we'll probably have to wait a day or two because it looks like no one's really like throwing shit out about Hasan right now. Yeah, I made it. This is brutal. Let's see what the comments say, by the way. I read that one already. I'm a master debater, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of you for that, Dunbar. Why is nobody in the comments talking about the actual content of the video? I feel like I'm going insane. How does this affect the legacy of Jake Doolittle? I don't know what that means. The podcast exists. They just woke up to a new video. Babe, wake up. It's 2017 again. Can't believe Ethan made this video while there's a fire going on in my fireplace. I'd like to think that one lone Jew in Afghanistan is just living old Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah. Okay. This was fun. I'm glad to see when I was spazzing on those people, the views didn't just plummet. So that was kind of cool. I don't want to make any promises. I was Destiny watching it too. I mean, why wouldn't he? His stream's about to start. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow. I will be back probably Tuesday at the latest. Maybe I'll try to squeeze something in tomorrow. No, I don't know if I'll have time. Anyway, if I don't see you before then, I'll probably Tuesday. Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Numbers were great today. Just a quick reminder, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube. I really want to get that shit to 500 subscribers. I think it would be fucking dope if we could make that happen. I could monetize the channel and make a couple extra bucks. If you're feeling sexy and you want to give me a couple bucks, do me a solid and do a Twitch Prime sub. I also set up a Patreon if you don't want to do a whole like $6 or $7, however much that is. Twitch Prime, you guys know the fucking shit. Thank you so much for hanging out. New episode of Drag the Lake just dropped today. We got 2 No More Heroes for you this week. Pat's been heavily researching animal attacks, and he did a big episode about Grizzly Man. That was fucking hilarious. So we ended up doing a 2-hour No More Heroes. I'm going to cut up 2 episodes. It's going to be a good time. So I think we'll put out, I don't know. So it was the bear attack episode was the second half. So it feels like I should put that out later in the week. But just for continuity, I might break it up. But either way, No More Heroes is real sick this week. Obviously, panties. And then, yeah. Just have a good day. Call your mother. Jerk off. Do those separately. And yeah. Go have a beer, smoke some weed, have a good time. Or no, I can't. No, drugs are bad.